Welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. Let me
Here, why don't you try, hold on. Good afternoon from Sioux Center, Iowa. It's a rainy day. It's a snowy day. It's a mix of precip day, and we are getting set for football between the Dordt Defenders and the Briar Chargers. The Dordt Defenders come into today's contest 5-2 overall, 5-2 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, while the Briar Chargers enter play today. They will come in with a 3-5 overall mark and a 3-4 Great Plains Athletic Conference record. Those of you watching on the Dordt Media Network, you see the snow has begun here in Sioux Center. They predict snow showers throughout as we get started with the Wireless World pregame show. Those of you listening on KIHK, the snow is coming straight down. Not much in the way of wind thus far, but it could be a factor as today's game plays out. Coming up on our pregame show, we will check in with Joel Penner. He's the head football coach of the Dordt Defenders. Also, we will check in with Shane Ledaggy. He is the head coach for the Briarcliff Chargers. We'll get to Shane Ledaggy. He is up next. We'll take a 2-minute break first of all, though, and we'll be back visiting with Coach Shane Ledaggy right after this. This is Dordt Football on the Dordt Media Network and KIHK Radio.
welcome to the American State Bank Sports Complex. Let me show you around. So right now we are in the spacious head house of the complex. On my left here we have the concession stand, and then on my right here we have a seating area, whether that's for students, spectators, or fans to come and enjoy before and in between games. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Welcome to the Dome. In the Dome, we have the space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. So the Dome has impacted the softball team in a variety of ways. First, we used to practice during the winter months over in the rec center, but the limited space availability never really allowed us to hit our full potential, whereas in here, we can fit 2 full-size softball fields. We're also able to start games much earlier in the season. We have a range of equipment available here at the Dome, whether it's the batting cages, the soccer goals, or even a field goal available for the football team. It's a huge opportunity to have the space available to practice in the off-season, especially for our outdoor athletic teams. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dordt athletes, it's for the entire community. Whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. The American State Bank Sports Complex will change not only how we practice as Dordt athletes, but also how we interact with the community as a whole. Thanks for letting me take you on a little tour. Hope you stop by soon.
Shane Ledaggy is the coach of the Briarcliff University Chargers. Briarcliff off to a 3-5 mark so far this season, 3-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. And Coach Ledaggy, What a difference the last month has made, winning 3 one-score games, and suddenly you're 3-4 in the conference, and it went from thinking, man, can we finish? I'm thinking, can we win a game of the conference? To all of a sudden, you're 3-4. Things look a lot different in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, bye week was a beautiful thing for us. So we're really pleased with how we've come out and played recently. We made a change of quarterback that I think kind of spurred some momentum and kind of provided some light in our program, which has been really good. But yeah, our guys are resilient. We just didn't play real good football early in the year for whatever reason. I don't know that I have that figured out yet, but we're able to go into that bye week and really fix some things, and really came out of that just playing inspired football, really become a team, and I've been really proud of how we've answered the bell and played some good football lately.
Brock Saya is that quarterback that you alluded to, completing about 62% of his passes, 7 touchdowns. Team is what is it about him that the team rallies around?
He's just got this polarizing personality. Like, you just want to be around him. He's not arrogant, he's not cocky, but he's got some confidence to him. Just things don't faze him, and I think the guys have really appreciated that. Whether we go to the Dome game, I mean, he threw a bunch of picks. He just keeps coming back, and nothing phases him. And he's just got the same look on his face, and he goes and makes a play when it matters. And he's the same guy 7 days a week, practice, off the field, doesn't matter. I think the guys really appreciate how he carries himself and how he operates. And he's got a confidence to him that we're never out of the game. And I think the guys have really bought into that. And I think he's proven, he's made some late game heroics here to win us some games. So he's been really good for us. I knew at some point he would be. I didn't know if it'd be this soon, but I'm happy he's playing how he is.
He's got 5 receivers to work with. 2 of them have gotten the lion's share, or 3. You have Aaron Okoro up there with 30 receptions, averaging about 12 yards per catch. But then you've got 3 other guys that are averaging double figures in terms of yards per catch. You have some weapons that Saya can throw to.
Yeah, we've been really fortunate this year to have some really good skill players. You talked about Aaron. Corey Kerrigan's a kid that transferred in here that's done a lot of really good things for us. He's had a couple really big games, and he's maybe been a little bit more quiet the rest, but still been able to make some good plays. Stephen Whiting, who's our tight end that we kind of play everywhere. He's just been awesome lately. Jaden Avery Stowers is another kid. We got a bunch of them that make plays. I think what's made them even better lately, I think just Brock's done a good job putting the ball where it needs to be, not forcing things, and understanding that we do have somebody kind of at any spot that can make a play at any given time. So just going through his progressions and putting the ball where it needs to be. But we're fortunate. Not only are they great catching the ball and running, but they've been really great in our perimeter blocking game, and we've been able to open up our RPO game quite a bit with them too.
We've talked about your offense, and Brock Saya is kind of is the catalyst for that. Who's that player on defense for you?
Man, I'd probably say, MJ Montgomery on the front end. He's got 6 sacks on the year. I think probably all you guys have been around the league longer than me are wondering when he's going to be done. But he's played really well. On the back end, kind of in the middle, Braden Palmier-Williams, his GPAC player of the week last week, had a interception and return for a touchdown. I think he's playing as well as anybody at backer in the conference right now. Just physical, he's running well, he's fitting gaps well and making plays. And then on the back end, I think both our corners have played really well this year. Tulsa Janish and Zach Buick. Zach's got 4 picks on the year. I joke with him he could probably have 9 or 10 if he catches the ball more consistently.
Well, there is a reason they're on defense, Coach.
Yeah, right. Tulsa, our other corner, he was a receiver when I got here. We made that change pretty quick, and he's been really productive. Maybe not from an interception perspective, but he's tackling really well. I think teams stay away from him. I think if you look, some of the bigger name receivers in our league have been tamed a little bit. Michael Story at Northwestern still had a good game, but we were able to hold him in check, and we just shadowed him with Tulsa. So I think Tulsa's playing also about as well as anybody back there. So that unit, just in general, especially over the last 5 or 6 weeks, has started to play how I really anticipated they'd play this year, and have really improved a great deal from our first 2 years here.
You get set for Dordt University today. The defenders coming off a loss in Orange City to Northwestern, 1-2 in their last 3 weeks, 5-2 this season. What do you see about Dordt that concerns you and your coaching staff?
I think they're as good of a defense as we've seen this year. I think, defensive line is really impressive. Physicality with speed, just really the total package. They fly around everywhere. They hit. They're physical. You see it over and over again, regardless of the game, whether you're watching the Midland game and teeing off on guys, or you turn on the Northwestern game even and being able to just play physical throughout 4 quarters. Just a really talented crew and really disciplined. Not a lot of mental errors out there. Guys fitting gaps right, playing coverages right, and really trusting each other. So hats off to that side of the ball. And then, offensively, I think they've done a really good job running the football and being pretty consistent there and presenting a lot of different ways to do it and really having to defend a lot of bodies. So it'll be a challenge for us. It's been a challenge for us the last couple of years. I thought last year I think it was a 7-0 game at halftime when we played some solid football and gave ourselves a chance, and the wheels kind of fell off. But I think we're playing confident enough to continue to kind of chip away at these guys. But we're gonna have to play a really clean game. A really clean game.
Where are you at in terms of your when you arrived? You needed to do some work on the program. It seemed. Where are you at in terms of feeling that progress? Are you making progress? Are you feeling good about where the program is at and where it's heading?
Absolutely. I don't think people that have been around the league, I don't think it's it's not earth-shattering news that we had a lot of work to do when we got here. I think by the time we got to spring ball my first year, we had about 30 guys on the roster and about a 2.0 GPA. We're over 100 guys on the roster. We were 10th in the country in GPA last year. We're making the right strides. And I think now you're seeing it come onto the field a little bit. We knew last year was really going to be a struggle for us. And so to see us kind of turn the corner now this year, we needed to believe. We needed a couple of things to fall our way this year to get some belief going. I think a little bit of last year kind of lingered into the early part of our year with especially some of our older guys that just haven't maybe had success here. And now getting a taste of doing it right all week and then seeing it kind of come to fruition on Saturdays, I think has sparked a lot. But we're light years ahead of where we've been. I think just with the people we have in our program, with our coaching staff right now, I think our administration is really we had to teach our whole administration what winning football looks like. And that's not a knock on anybody here, but football's never really been successful here. So really having to educate an entire university, entire fan base, alumni base, a board of really what winning football, not a lot different than what Penner did at Dordt too. And it doesn't happen overnight. And, everybody, it happens at a different pace. But I think we're starting to finally make some waves here and do some really good things.
That's Shane Ladaghi, head football coach of the Briar Chargers. Back with more right after this.
Hi, my name is Lynn Marie Tremolian.
My name is Tyler Vanderwoon.
Hi, my name is Noah Zylstra. I'm from Chicago, Illinois.
I'm from Pella, Iowa.
And I'm from Springfield, Kentucky.
One of my favorite things about the Dordt Media Network is being able to go to various Dordt sporting events throughout the year.
My favorite part of the Dordt Media Network is being able to produce a quality live stream for people to watch at home.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
On our pregame show, we check in with Joel Penner. He's the head football coach of the Dordt University Defenders. Dordt University 5-2 after a loss last week to Northwestern in Orange City. And Coach Penner, I don't know what we take away from that contest on Saturday, but 35-14 loss, and a game where pace of play favored Northwestern. They were able to control the ball. Some people say time of possession doesn't mean a whole lot, but when you're finishing drives with scores, it does mean something. And like I said, I don't know what to take away from it. What did you and your coaching staff take away from Saturday's game with Northwestern?
Yeah, I mean, they played a great game, and they did exactly what they needed to do. They were scoring on almost every possession, and so that's where it starts. I mean, how many possessions you have really influences how many opportunities, but both teams are going to get the same amount of opportunities. And so they scored on more of their opportunities than we did. Specifically when you break that down, you look at one-on-one matchups, you look at drop passes, you look at red zone blunders, just too many mistakes for us to win the game against a great opponent. And I don't know if it's a takeaway or just a dose of reality that if our program is going to win a game of that magnitude, top 5, then we have to play better. We have to win those one-on-ones, and we need to take advantage of each opportunity, which we did not do.
The other thing that I take away a little bit, at least, is how much one or two plays can matter. And I think of and Matt and Josh pointed it out to me, the one penalty you had on Saturday nullified a turnover that coulda, shoulda, woulda, but your defense forced a turnover, looked like they were going to get off the field, give you an opportunity to cut into the lead, and that one penalty nullifies that, and Northwestern eventually scores. You play 120 plays or whatever it is, you never know which one's going to matter.
You have to have a mentality that this is the most important play because it's the next play. We call it giving it your best shot, and there's a reset that needs to happen every play. And I think we have overall improved as a team when it comes to responding to mistakes because there's a flush it, learn from it, and flush it mentality. And that was a huge play. Kind of unfortunate call, way away from where the ball was. But that's going to happen. And so, the player that committed that penalty did a great job recovering, responding, played a very solid game. But you're right, every game is going to have some key moments. I think the key is not to fret about, that was the moment, now we lost it, but to really just keep focusing on doing the next thing right. The next play is my next opportunity to give it my best shot, and let the scoreboard sift itself out at the end. That's what served us well these last almost a decade now, and I believe it's the way to go. It doesn't guarantee a win. Obviously, we saw that on Saturday.
Health-wise, we are heading into week 8 or game 8 of the season. You finished the game with Cade McDaniel at quarterback. We are still trying to work Connor Dodd back in on offense, waiting for potentially him to get back into game action. You had some guys on defense last week that were bruised and had to play through some things. Where are we at health-wise, offensively and defensively?
I think defensively we're feeling pretty good about getting guys back. The guys that were questionable last week gave it a go, did a pretty good job, and we're healthy. Offensively, we're banged up at quarterback, and we'll have a game time decision on that. Connor Dodd is still not where he'd like to be.
I want to see him.
I do too. Trust me. All of us do. But it's just been one of those years, and he's a champ. He's doing everything right to get ready. Yeah. Banged up at receiver as well. Isaac Looker has experienced some injury, and so yeah, we're leaning on the depth of the roster this week a little bit, and opportunity knocks for some of these other players.
Playing a Briar Cliff team that has won 3 out of their last 5, all of them one-score games. What is Briar Cliff doing well right now?
Briar Cliff's playing much improved defense. Really good at, in their front 6, D-line linebackers fitting the run. I think really good cover guys on the outside. They're just really sound. They do a great job and playing really confident defensively. I think offensively, they're kind of an RPO team, and they've got some receivers that you got to pay attention to, and averaging I think 11 yards when they throw an RPO. They're very competent with it and getting the ball downfield. So we just have to be really on top of our game. We're expecting a very motivated and competent opponent on Saturday.
You talked about what they do on offense and defense. What then are the keys? I mean, what translates into potential success for Dordt on Saturday?
Offensively, we have to get back to the rhythm of scoring touchdowns. We started the year out very explosive, and we've had some tough games, the last 3 in particular, and so I think that's a big key for us. Is we've been pretty good protecting the ball, turnover department, but we have to finish drives in the end zone, and we have to generate some explosive plays. Defensively, I still think it's keep everything in front of us. No explosive plays. I think this offense will be hard pressed to put together a 12, 14 play drive against us. I think if they score, it's going to be explosive in nature, and so we just have to make them work for everything.
Coach Joel Penner, head football coach of the Dordt University Defenders. Saturday, Defender Days. Let's go get one on Saturday, Coach.
Hey, and dress warm. It's going to be a wintry one.
Yes, it will. That's Coach Joel Penner. Back with more on our pregame show right after this.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Defenders get it back. Langmeyer cross court. Got it again.
Glad to have you along with me as we get set for a snowy day of football, and the forecasters, they nailed this one. All throughout the week, we kept watching the forecast, and it kept saying snow in the afternoon, and what do you know, right around 12:30, it began snowing, and you're starting to see it accumulate a little bit on the turf here at Open Space Park, and just cold enough overnight and not enough warmth in the turf to melt the snow immediately, so we're going to have to deal with a snowy surface here today at Open Space Park. The Dordt Defenders come into today's contest 5-2 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference and 5-0 overall. For the Briar Chargers, 3-5 overall, 3-4 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. And during the pregame show, wouldn't you know it, we talked with Briar at length about their starting quarterback, Brock Saya, how the team had rallied around him. He was completing over 60% of his passes, 7 touchdowns, has led this team to 3 wins in the last 5 games. And then we received the unfortunate news today. He has been diagnosed with an injury that will likely keep him out for the rest of the season. And by all accounts, he's not going to play today. So Brock Saya, not the starting quarterback for the Briarcliff Chargers today. They're going to turn it over to Gavin Dobson instead. Dobson completing about 30% of his passes. He's got a couple of interceptions and 1 touchdown. We'll watch as that develops throughout the course of the day. We're having the coin toss currently, and we will get the indication from Connor Singheisen as to who wins the coin toss. And it appeared to me that if I got the signals correct from Connor, that the Defenders have declined. They will decline their decision until the second half, or defer it, beg your pardon. And if I read the signals correctly at least, and the Defenders will be, well, I'm going to wait and see who trots out there, because those, the indication, the mechanics, little tough for me to make out today. Looking for number 35. That's the dead giveaway. If Stephen Leinen is in the huddle, then he will be kicking off. But I don't see number 35 right now. Preston McCoy and Thomas McCullough will be back to receive, and it appears that it was actually Briar Cliff who deferred to the second half. The Defenders will be receiving to start the contest. So we are just about set for football. A busy day of athletics on the Dordt campus today. Soccer being played in the Dome. Nope, the Dome isn't, the ASB Sports Complex isn't quite big enough for a football game to be played. Don't have the goalposts for one thing. But they're playing soccer in there today, and the Dordt soccer team leading Waldorf 3-0 in the first half. The Defender men trying to take the suspense out of that one early on. We're just about set for football. Briarcliff will be kicking off. Jacob Myers will be kicking. And back at about the 20-yard line, the Defenders, McCoy and McCullough, both anticipating a relatively short kick. So they are at the 20-yard line to receive here this afternoon, as we are just about set for football. Briarcliff in their white jersey tops, the royal blue numbers trimmed in gold, blue pants, while the Dordt Defenders going with the Johnny Cash look, all black. Black pants, black tops, yellow numbers, and yellow lettering. Fair catch called for at the 40-yard line, and the Dordt Defenders will have great field position to begin. And with the fair catch call for the Defenders, that was Daniel Dickerson. Dickerson calls for the fair catch at the 40. First down and 10 for the Defenders. Great field position to begin. We talked about Briarcliff not having their starting quarterback today. The Dordt Defenders will not have their starting quarterback either. Colson Cruz banged up in the loss to Northwestern last week. Cade McDaniel came on in relief, engineered a scoring drive in the second half. He will get the starting nod here today. McCoy in motion. They hand it off, and weaving his way forward, that is Nick Wellen, I believe. And the Dordt Defenders, Nick Wellen with a first down carry, a pickup of 10 on the play for the senior from Colorado. And the Dordt Defenders move the chains. First down and 10 now at the 48-yard line. So the Defenders started at their own 38. Going to be honest, the yard lines are going to be by guess and by golly this afternoon. Running option will be McDaniel. McDaniel to the near side of the field, and McDaniel picks up 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Second and 5 for the Defenders, still in their own territory. This is going to be a rough one today for the yard markers unless we can get those brushed off. We don't have the side lines either, so that's the 30, that's the 40, that's the 50. So the defender's actually in Briarcliff territory at the 46-yard line. Cade McDaniel back to pass. He's going to roll left, stops, plants, throws over the middle. Pass is incomplete, intended, had a man open over the middle. Would have been a big gainer for the defenders. Evan Jordahl unable to hang on to it at about the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5 for the defenders. It's a snow globe day so far. Snow coming straight down for the most part. So 3rd down and 5. And the Dordt defenders in the pistol. That's what they run the majority of their offense out of. Running back behind McDaniel. Brendan Piper is the running back behind him. Nick Wellen is to his right. Caden Harkin is to the near side. Dort's going to run option. Pitch. Right side Piper. He's got his block, and he picks up a 1st down. Piper on the carry. Dordt, he's forced out of bounds at the 39-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the defenders. So the defenders run option to the near side. The defender football team, the coaching staff, they felt pretty confident in that they felt like their offense could do some things against this Briarcliff defense, especially the option game. 1st down and 10. The early returns are they could have a good day running the football, potentially. A lot of game left, obviously. We're just underway. Dordt with the football. McDaniel unable to get out of the pocket, and there to throw him for a loss is M.J. Montgomery. Montgomery with a tackle for a loss, and that's going to be a big loss. That's going to be a loss of about 8 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 18. 2nd and 18, Dordt back. So 2nd down and 18. Football at the 46-yard line of the Briarcliff Chargers. Snow coming down a little bit heavier now. And the defenders fake the handoff to Piper. Get a man over on the near side. That's Wellen. Wellen has a man to beat, and he is knocked out of bounds. Big gain for the defenders. And the Dordt defenders running that option pitch. And they're able to get to the outside, and Nick Wellen with a big carry again deeper into Briarcliff territory. They're going to say that is at about, I believe, the 28-yard line. We have a momentary pause in the action. Players shaken up for the Briarcliff Chargers. Down on one knee, that is Tim McCarthy, and McCarthy is going to limp off the field. And do we have a timeout? The officials did not indicate a timeout. Briarcliff's on the field like it is a timeout. So 1st down and 10 for the defenders. They break the impromptu huddle. And the Dordt defenders with the football. Cade McDaniel. They stack 2 receivers to the near side. Cade Rohr comes over to the far side. He's going to line up almost as that tight end. They flare it over to Harkin. Harkin, 2 racing to the corner. He's got a 1st down, stays inbounds, cuts it back to the middle field. Touchdown defenders. A 27-yard touchdown pass from McDaniel to Harkin. And the Dordt defenders are on the board first with a 6-0 lead. 6-0 our score. The defenders just getting it out to Caden Harkin and giving him some room to work. Stephen Linen is on to kick the extra point, and these could be adventures, all depending on the footing. So in the snow, Stephen Linen's going to kick a point after. Dordt leading 6-0, 11:50 left to go in the first quarter of play. Dordt scores on their first drive. Blade Coons, snap is down, kick is up, kick is through the uprights, and the Dordt defenders with a 7-0 lead. 7-0 our score. Dordt in front. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with the kickoff for the defenders right after this 1-minute timeout. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Cade McDaniel completes a pass to Caden Harkin for 27 yards, and the defenders are on the board first, 7-0. The defenders will be kicking off. Stephen Linen kicking off in the snow, approaches, and a line drive kick. That'll be fielded at about the 20-yard line, picked up by the Briar Chargers to the 25 to the 30, breaks a tackle, forced to the sideline, gets a block, and he's going to be dragged down in Dordt territory. So a big return by the Briar special teams. Running it back for Briar Cliff, that's Corey Carrington. And it'll be first down and 10 for the Chargers in Dordt territory. And we don't have much to go by in terms of the yard lines. And very faint. Hopefully the snow lets up and we're able to make out a little more clearly what the yard line is. First down and 10. I believe it's the 40-yard line of the defenders, 40 or the 45. First down and 10. Briar Cliff with the football, and they're going to run shotgun, pass to the sideline, incomplete, intended for Stephen Whiting. Stops the clock. It'll be second down. Second down and 10 from the 44-yard line, so officially the 44 the starting point for Briar Cliff. This is going to be tough on scoreboard operators and announcers and stat keepers today, keeping those yard lines somehow straight. Second down and 10. Gavin Dobson, the quarterback, empties the backfield. He's back to pass, steps up in the pocket, pass underneath, and the pass is complete. A short gain on the play, but there for the tackle immediately is Abe Stace. Maybe a pickup of 2 on the play to the 44. It's going to be third down and 8. Third and 8. Third down and 8 for the Chargers in Dordt territory at the 42-yard line. So the Briar Cliff Chargers facing the Dordt defense. Dordt trying to get off of the field. Force Briar Cliff into a decision on a snowy afternoon. Dordt with the lead. 10:58 left to play. In the first quarter, Dordt leading 7-0. Man in motion, left to right is Mason. Mason comes set on the far side of Dobson. Pass underneath is complete, but he's not going to get a first down. A short pass completion to Aaron Okoro. A loss of 2 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 10, and we'll see Briar Cliff punt for the first time this afternoon. Christian Mendoza will be punting. He has a 39.1 yards per punt average. Receiving for the defenders will be Thomas McCullough. He's the single safety deep. So the line of scrimmage set at the 44-yard line. The 44 of the Dordt defenders. McCullough back to receive. And the kick. McCullough will get out of the way. Now Briar Cliff will down it, and it's going to be downed inside the 5, probably at about the 2-yard line. And it's going to be first down and 10 for the Chargers at their own, first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 42-yard line with 10:01 remaining in the first quarter. .10:01 left to play, first quarter of action. Dordt leading 7-0. Dordt now starting deep in their own territory. And Cade McDaniel will take the snap. He'll be right at the goal line as he takes the snap. In the backfield with him, Piper is behind him, and Wellen is to his right. 4 down linemen for the Chargers. 2 linebackers in the box. Handoff up the middle. This is Piper. Piper, room to work. He gives Dordt about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be second down and 5. Beg your pardon, second down and 7 out to the 5-yard line. Second and 7 for the defenders. 9:40 left to play, first quarter of action. We'll check in with scores from around the conference as the afternoon progresses. This is where if you're Dordt, you just want to simply play it safe. Don't turn it over. Don't give Briar Cliff any gifts this afternoon. McDaniel back to pass. Pass is complete to Harkin. Harkin has a first down out near The 25-yard line, I'm going to call it. It'll be first down and 10 for the defender. So Caden Harkin, a couple of catches. Caden McDaniel hit, comes up holding that right arm a little bit limply. Ty Clemens, I believe, will be the backup today. Colson Cruz did dress, but likely won't play. And Caden McDaniel. McDaniel started much of the year last year, dealt with injury early in the season this year. Played last week against Northwestern. That was his first live game action. Pitch goes left side over to Piper. Piper picks up 2 or 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down. So second down and 7. Football at the 29-yard line. Second and 7 for the defenders. Dordt starting this drive at their own 3-yard line. And Caden McDaniel has a single running back behind him, sends McCoy in motion, hands it off up the middle, and moving the pile straight forward, and the Dordt defenders playing bully ball up front. Simply got in behind the center and the guards, and straightforward carry for the defenders, and Nick Wellen sets up a 3rd down and 2 situation here for the defenders. Dordt leading 7-0 in case you missed it early on. Relatively short field. They went 60 yards or so on their drive. Capped it with a pass play to Caden Harkin. It's 3rd down and 2 for the defenders at their own 33-yard line. Running option to the near side is McDaniel. McDaniel pitches it last instant to Wellen. Wellen has a block from Harkin. He could go. There he goes. Wellen down the sideline. Wellen stopped at the sideline and finally pushed out of bounds as Cade McDaniel hangs on till the last instant, forces the defensive player to commit, and then Nick Wellen was gone on the option pitch. All the way up the sideline from their own 33-yard line down to near the 10. It'll be first down and goal to go. First down and goal to go for the defenders. Looks like the 9-yard line or so to me. 7 minutes remaining. First quarter. Dordt leading 7-0, but threatening. First down, goal to go at the 9. Cade McDaniel back to pass, looking right, dumps it off underneath, intended for McCoy. Pass falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Second down and goal to go from the 9-yard line. Snow this afternoon for our listeners. The field is white. And now they're going to start trying to shovel off the yard lines. Give us some idea of where the yard markers are at least. So down on one end of the field, you're going to be seeing that. And as long as nobody gets a interception and starts racing the other way, you got to have your head on a swivel. You're doing that today. Reverse, and the ball is loose. And here's what we were talking about. Fumble recovered by the Briarcliff Chargers as Dordt was going for the reverse. And falling on top of it is Kyler Peterson. And the Dordt defenders turn it over deep in Briarcliff territory, and the Chargers are going to feel like they dodged one there. First down and 10 for the Chargers. Somewhere in the vicinity of the 30-yard line, I'm going to guess. And when I say guess, I mean guess. A lot of eyeballing going on right now. You have no... about the only thing you can go by right now is where from this vantage point, is where the pylons are. That's it. Briarcliff trailing 7-0. Briarcliff has the football, send the offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their last drive. Gavin Dobson is the quarterback. Dobson turns, hands, and nothing there. Running back stacked up, and no gain on the play. It's going to set up second down and 10. Now, the Briarcliff offense, by all accounts, has struggled this year. 63 yards per game rushing, 188 yards per game passing, and they've picked up their average as the season has gone along. The last 5 weeks, that's helped them in that regard. 6:20 left to play, first quarter. Dordt leading 7-0. 7-0 our score. Football at the 32-yard line. It'll be second down and 10. Second and 10. Jessup Leakey, Sam Andrews occupying the defensive tackle spots for the defenders. Drew Dom is on the near side. He's the defensive end. Back to pass. Flush from the pocket. Andrews keeps pocket integrity. Ball comes out. Andrews knocks it away, and it goes out of bounds. Sam Andrews in pursuit, knocks it away from Gavin Dobson. And the Dordt defenders forcing Briarcliff now into a 3rd down and 9. And there you talked about that pocket integrity, and that's something I picked up from Kyle Achterhoff in watching the game is you've got to have your defensive tackles still continue to occupy space, and you can't get pushed off to one side or the other. That forces the quarterback. They can't just simply run up the middle unhindered. And the defender's able to get that done that time, and Andrews knocks it away from Dobson as he scrambles towards the sideline. 3rd down and 9, a gain of 1 on the play. Back to pass is Dobson. Dobson looks over the middle and throws behind his intended receiver to Carignan, and that'll set up 4th down and long. 4th and 8, 4th and 9 we'll call it. McCullough will be back about at his own 40-yard line, give or take. Yeah, the Parks crew is going to earn their pay today. Game management as well. They're trying to get the yard lines cleared off, trying to give us some idea of where play is actually. 4th down and 9 from the 33, 5:09 remaining in the first quarter. Dordt leading 7-0. McCullough catches it in his own territory, up the sideline, and there's no way you can know where the sideline is. He scrambles up there, runs it up the sideline into Briarcliff territory. I believe that's about the 45-yard line of Briarcliff. So Dordt turning it over deep in Briarcliff territory. The defense comes in, forces a 3-and-out. Briarcliff has yet to get a first down today. In fact, they have very few plays for positive yardage so far. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the defenders at the Briarcliff. I think that's the 45. 1st down and 10 for the defenders. Caden McDaniel, your quarterback. 2 running backs. Fakes the handoff, pitches it over to Piper. Piper, the ball carrier. Piper picks up positive yardage before he's dragged down from behind. Picks up 2 yards on the play. And the Briarcliff Chargers are going to have to make some adjustments on defending that option pitch. 2nd down and 7. Gain of 3 on the play for Piper. Brendan Piper, sophomore from New Prague, Minnesota. 2nd down and 7. 4:30 left to play in the first quarter. Dordt leading 7-0. McDaniel turns, hands, and gives it to Wellen. Wellen still on his feet, slipping out of a tackle. He picks up a 1st down, picks up 9 on the play. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the defenders in Briarcliff territory. Football now at the 36-yard line. That's what they're trying to tell me on the scoreboard at least. And now we have a whistle, stoppage in play. Play clock was still at 20, so it's not a delay of game. And not sure why they stopped play. I looked for a flag, looked for the referee, no indication from him. It's going to crank the clock back into play. 1st down and 10 for the defenders. Caden McDaniel stacks the running backs behind him. So still that pistol set for the defenders. Turns, hands, gives it to the first man through, and that is Nick Wellen. Wellen on the carry, and Nick Wellen getting the bulk of the calls this afternoon. He and Piper handling the bulk of the work. 2nd down and 8. 3:30 left to play. First quarter. Dordt leading 7-0. Dordt turned it over on their last possession. Similar spot. Ran a reverse and ended up fumbling it on the exchange. Tight end for the defenders. Goes right to left. That's Ethan Snyder. Handoff. Wellen on the dive, and Nick Wellen picks up 4 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. I'm going to guess this is 4-down territory here for the defenders, barring something really wild here. So 3rd down and 4. Defenders have played it pretty close to the vest other than that play where they turned it over. Otherwise, it's been pretty straightforward on a snowy, slippery day. 3rd down and 4. Caden McDaniel looks to the sideline. Caden Harkin with a reception to his credit for a touchdown already. Let's find him. He's over on the near side. Cade Rohr's going to line up in the slot to the far side. Isaac Looker, he was banged up last week. Handoff to McCoy. McCoy gets away from a tackler, spins away, still on his feet, and falls forward close to the first down marker. Looks like he's shy by a yard. It'll be 4th down and 1. 4th down and short for the defenders. So 4th down and short. And now they're getting a system down for clearing off the yard lines. Got 3 gentlemen with shovels out there. Yeah, when you sign up for game management, you never know what you're going to face. Handoff, this is Piper. Piper straight forward, and he picks up a first down. Nothing fancy, plow forward, get behind that offensive line, and the offensive line relishing today, and it almost seems like they're saying, let's go. It's nothing fancy today, just let us take care of it. Matt Lawson comes up, signaling first down for the defenders. The center from Missouri. First down and 10 for the defenders at the 25-yard line. Pitch, near side, Piper. Piper grabs it out of the air, fights his way forward, picks up maybe a yard or 2 on the play. Speaking of offensive linemen, we're going to visit with Parker Beck at halftime of today's football game. He'll be our feature. We'll take a look around the conference as well at what else is happening in league play. Soccer in the ASB Sports Complex. Dordt leads 5-0, and they have taken the suspense out of that one early. The Defender men looking to wrap up a postseason berth. Probably won't be hosting, but postseason berth nonetheless in that 8-team field. Fake the handoff. McDaniel has Harkin open, overshoots him up the right sideline. Falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down and 8. 3rd and 8 for the defenders. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. Under a minute left to go in the first quarter. Well, those might be the most valuable men today. The shovelers taking care of things. Trent Rosa, the athletic director for events. McDaniel is going to be sacked, and that's exactly what you didn't want if you're Dordt. You're going to lose yardage on the play. You wanted to get 5 or 6 at minimum. Set up a 4th down and manageable. Now it's going to be 4th down and 15. 4th and 15 for the defenders. It's still 7-0, and the defenders can let the clock run out if they want and talk things over, facing 4th and 14. 14 seconds left to go in the quarter. Cade McDaniel has a running back behind him. Dordt looking to convert 4th and 14 on the final play of the first quarter. Back to passes McDaniel. McDaniel has a man open. Harkin overshoots him, incomplete on the sideline. Had the first down and had Harkin open, but just overshot him. And that's going to bring the first quarter to an end. Dordt turns it over on downs. 7-0 our score. Dordt leading Briar Cliff. Back with more from Sioux Center in 1 minute.
Special thanks to all our Dordt Media Network sponsors. Volink Enterprises Incorporated, building homes for families and businesses in Northwest Iowa since 1962. Let's work together to bring your vision into reality. Volink Enterprises Incorporated. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Van Engelenhoven Agency, your trusted independent insurance agency throughout Northwest Iowa. Contact the Van Engelenhoven Agency's Sioux Center advisors Mark Holsoff or Lisa Dykstra.
American State Bank is celebrating our 50th anniversary, and we couldn't have made it this far without your support. For us, banking just scratches the surface. We pride ourselves in our commitment to our communities, building meaningful relationships with our customers, and doing our best to have some fun along the way. We're proud to be a locally owned and operated bank, supporting the communities we serve. Thank you for choosing American State Bank. We can't wait to see what the next 50 years have in store.
And 10, and this will be at their own 25-yard line as the defenders turn it over on downs. And normally along with me It's the 30-yard line, beg your pardon. Normally along with me, you've got Kyle Achterhoff providing the color on these home contests. Kyle, though, taking a weekend to spend with family, and no complaints here, and would love to have him with me on a snowy day. He loves the cold weather so, but the Dordt defenders trying to get the job done this afternoon, leading 7-0. And the Dordt defenders, now they've got the snow gear out, and they're going to try to clear off the field as we go. We've got yards cleared off. We've got some idea of where the 5-yard lines are, at least every 5 yards. And they're taking a little time here in between quarters to take care of that. Dordt leading 7-0. Around the league, let's take a look while we have a moment. Midland and Concordia playing this afternoon. And Midland leads that one 3-0. Mount Marty leads Doane 7-0. Morningside and Northwestern. Morningside leads that one 7-0 late in the first quarter. They obviously they'll have similar weather to what we are experiencing here in Sioux Center. There you get a shot of I believe that's the Briar crowd. Yeah, you've got, this one's not for the faint of heart. First down and 10 for the Chargers at their own 29-yard line. We'll pick up play now. So the Chargers trying to get things going on offense, trailing 7-0. Their defense has gotten off of the field once with a turnover. The other as Dordt turned it over on downs. Briarcliff sends a man in motion. That's Avery Stowers. Handoff, and not much there. That running game for the Briarcliff Chargers has been pretty much non-existent this season, averaging about 65 yards per game. And today so far has been more of the same thus far. Briarcliff picks up a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 9. So Gavin Dobson, the quarterback, in for the injured Brock Saya. 2nd down and 9. And the Briarcliff Chargers, Gavin Dobson has a running back to his right. Hands it off up the middle, and short gain on the play. Ian McDonald coming up to make the stop. Drew Dahm had him wrapped up initially, the ball carrier. That was Matthew Mason. Mason picks up 5 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 4. 3rd and 4 for the defenders. Let's see if they can get the defense off the field. Force Briarcliff to punt. Just feels like a day where get a couple to score lead, things will really open up. But right now, still 7-0. Dordt scored on their first possession. Gavin Dobson swings Whiting from left to right. Dobson back to pass. Dobson under pressure, and down he goes. Sam Andrews, no, beg your pardon. That, double check who that was for the defenders. That's going to be Derek Popp. Derek Popp on the quarterback sack. Gets through. He and Tyler Waringa there. We'll see how generous our stat keepers are, if they'll call that a co-sack or not. But really, that was set up by the bull rush by Popp. Popp just pinned his ears back and straight up the middle. Here's the punt, end-over-end kick. McCullough will let it bounce. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the defenders. And the defenders will have it at their own 44-yard line. So a 28-yard punt. 1st down and 10 for the Chargers. For the defenders. At their own 44-yard line. Just a gloomy day. Defender days, really. The crowd large and the snow building up on their hoods and hats in the stands. This is McDaniel, pitches over to Piper. Piper grabs it out of the air. Nice play of the pitch by Piper, and Piper forced out of bounds in Briarcliff territory. He picks up 16 yards on the play. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders at the Briarcliff 40-yard line. So first and 10 for the defenders at the 40. Got 44 up on the scoreboard. The way I've got it figured, though, this is the 40. First down and 10. Cade McDaniel gets the snap, hands it off. McCoy, and McCoy up the middle, picks up 6 on the play. Preston McCoy picks up 6. It'll be second down and 4. So Palmier Williams on the tackle. Braden Palmier Williams, the reigning Great Plains Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Maybe a little generous with that gain of 6. It'll be a gain of 5. Second down and 5. Second and 5. Wellen behind McDaniel. Cade McDaniel swings Rohr from left to right. Rohr now lines up the wing back on the right side. Hands it off. This is Wellen. Wellen, a stiff arm. Wellen tries to run over a tackler. Picks up 2 on the play. It's going to be third down. Third down and a long 3. Well, over in Orange City, Morningside leads it 13-0. So 13-0 the score in Orange City. Third down and 4 here. Dordt leading 7-0 on the Briarcliff Chargers. Stack the eye. McDaniel turns, fakes the handoff. He's going to follow his blocker and straight ahead. Picks up 2 on the play. It's going to be fourth down and 2. Fourth down and 2, and the Briarcliff Chargers will try to get off the field once again on defense. Dordt turned it over once on downs already. So fourth down and short. 10:39 remaining here in the second quarter. Dordt leading 7-0. Getting a touchdown on their first drive, and here's the pitch over to Piper. Piper racing to the sideline, sidesteps a defensive player into the end zone. Touchdown defenders. Brendan Piper gets the pitch far side, runs it in for a touchdown, and the Dordt defenders a 30-yard touchdown run by Brendan Piper, and the defenders with a 2-score lead, 13-0. 13-0 our score pending the point after, and these point afters will be oh so challenging today. Hopefully Stephen Leinen gets a few chances at it today. Made his last attempt, has another one coming, trying to make it 2 for 2 for the day. 10:21 left to play first half. Dordt leads 13-0, capitalizing on a fourth down run for 30 yards, and we've got a flag on the play. So a delay of game called on the defenders, so it'll bring it back 5 yards. And the defenders will leave the kicking team out there. Point after try on the way. An additional 5 yards for Stephen Leinen. The distance I don't think will be the issue today. Can you get your footing and get a clean contact on it? Blade Kuntz holding. Snap is down. Kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights. And the Dordt defenders lead 14-0 with 10:21 left to play in the second quarter. Back with more from Sioux Center in 1 minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1981. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner, online at germanfarmers.com. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today, serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
Here we live between big city and small town, but we don't do anything halfway. We play in a community that's safe for families while providing our kids big city opportunities. We work in a place proud of its rural history that's already writing its future in science and technology. This is a place where we love our neighbors and where a small town is more like a big family. Sioux Center. Live life in the middle of everything.
The Dordt defense has been equal to the task thus far today. The Dordt offense has scored on a couple of drives on a snowy day, and the weather is a factor today. No doubt about it. Dordt leading 14-0 after the run by Brendan Piper. Linen, a high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for, and that's about the somewhere in between the 20 and 30-yard line. How's that? First down and 10. It's going to be a lot of abouts today. About the 25, about the 30. Because if you're watching online, you are seeing that it's a real challenge, and we don't have the numbers cleared at all. So I believe I've got this pegged correctly as the 50. So it's going to be about the 25-yard line. First down and 10 for the Chargers at their own 25-yard line. Gavin Dobson sends a man in motion. Dobson hands it off, and nothing there for the running back, Matthew Mason. And for the Chargers, they're trying to establish something on the ground, and it just isn't working today. 10:08 left to play. First quarter of action, first half of action. Snow getting a little heavier again. So second down and 10. Clock continuing to move. Dordt leading 14-0. 14-0 our score. Briarcliff Chargers haven't been able to move on offense thus far. Gavin Dobson brings John Bell from the right side of the line to the left side. They hand it off, and again going with the running game, and Matthew Mason is stopped for little or no gain. It's going to be third down, and this is not the game plan that the Briarcliff Chargers were hoping to employ today. They were hoping to have the gunslinger Brock Saya in. They were hoping to throw the ball around a little bit. That's what their method of operation has been for the most part this last month or so. Brock Saya not able to play, and changes their game plan and changes the complexion of this team quite dramatically. It's going to be third down and 10, 9 minutes remaining in the half. Back to pass. Looking. Pass underneath is complete, and Briarcliff has their first down. Pass is complete. Tackle made by Tyler Wieringa as Dobson completes the pass. And that'll bring up first down and 10 now for the Chargers at their own 42-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Chargers at their own 42. Gavin Dobson, first down of the day for Briarcliff. And the Chargers inside handoff, and everything's plugged up the middle. Matthew Mason, and Mason, nothing there. Cooper Hidalgo drags him back about another 6-7 yards. Where was the initial contact at? They do give him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Right now, the defensive front four for the defenders controlling things. Briarcliff unable to get a push up front. Now, that has not been an uncommon theme this year. And in listening and talking to Coach Shane Ladaghi before the game, he sang the praises of this Dordt defense a lot. He said this team is as good as any in the conference on the defensive side of the football. Thus far, they've got negative yardage on the ground. Handoff, and trying to bounce out is Matthew Mason, and Matthew Mason is going to take a punishment today. It's going to be third down. Picks up not much. Third down and long for the Chargers. They were able to complete a pass to extend the drive. And now they're facing third down and long. Third and 10 at their own 42-yard line. 7 minutes remaining in the first half. Dordt leading 14-0. 14-0 our score. Man in motion, that is Carignan under pressure, pass underneath, in and out of the hands, and that's a wet football slipping away from Aaron Okoro over the middle. Would have picked up some yards. I'm not sure he would have gotten the first down. He would have caught it on the run, though, and today, offensive player has a pretty significant advantage with the slippery field. Pass falls incomplete, though, stops the clock with 6:52 left to go in the half, and the defenders will be receiving the kick. Thomas McCullough will be back at his own 25-yard line. Make it the 22. McCullough catches it at the 22-yard line in the snow. He's going to try to get to the edge and racing to the corner, and McCullough is pushed out of bounds at the sideline. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders. I believe the 37-yard line. First and 10 for the defenders at their own 37, leading 14-0. Thus far, the defenders, 167 yards on the ground, 23 rushing, 205 total yards. Briar Cliff 16 yards on 15 plays from scrimmage. First down and 10 for the defenders. Cade McDaniel has Brendan Piper behind him. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. I don't think you're going to see Dordt doing anything too out of the ordinary, though, here. Leading by a couple of scores. See if you can grind one out. McDaniel, positive yardage, picks up 11 yards on the play. Cade McDaniel takes a little bit of a hit at the end, though, picks himself up. Cade McDaniel, I am happy for him. He's able to play here this season. He was injured early in the year. Remember, he started a lot of the games last year. Lost the starting job earlier this season, partly due to being injured. He was out of action for a significant period of time. Kept his head up, kept showing up, and now being handed the keys to the car on an afternoon when Colson Cruz is unable to play. First down and 10 for the defenders at their own 43-yard line. Pass over to Harkin. Pass falls incomplete. That one came off of the hand. Really not good for Cade McDaniel, and I'm not sure if he's got something going on with that right hand or not. Second down and 10 on the way after the incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 5:53 left to go in the half. Dordt leading 14-0. McDaniel, 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 running backs with him in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, and the pass is battered away by McDaniel, intended for Caden Harkin. It's going to fall incomplete. It'll be third down and 10. Third and 10 for the defenders. At their own 43-yard line. Dordt has not punted yet today. They have turned it over once via fumble and once on downs. So third down and 10. Coming up, we'll have volleyball this afternoon as well. Dordt versus Dakota Wesleyan, Great Plains Athletic Conference volleyball action. McDaniel looks to the sideline. That one came off of the hands well. Pass is complete, and that's a Dordt University first down. That's Isaac Looker. So Looker didn't play earlier in the game. My understanding was he was a game time decision because he was a little shaken up, and actually not a first down. They're going to say fourth down and 1. So stop short of the first down. Let's see if the defenders can muscle one through and pick up a first down in Briar Cliff territory at the 43-yard line. Fourth down and 1 in Briar Cliff territory. McDaniel. Dordt going with the heavy package. They've got the tight end in. Handed off, and with it is Wellen. Wellen up the bounces it outside. He's racing up the edge. Harkin on the block. Touchdown defenders. Nick Wellen, a 48-yard touchdown run. Credit Caden Harkin, the wide receiver, with making the final blocks to help spring him. And the Dordt defenders lead it 20-0. 20-0 our score. You saw Wellen start to the middle of the field, and he had everything wide open on the outside. He was able to bounce outside quickly enough, and Harkin escorts him into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Dordt defenders lead it now 20-0 with 4:58 left to play in the half. Stephen Leinen on to attempt another extra point. So 20-0 our score. And Stephen Leinen, snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights. And the Dordt defenders lead it 21-0. 21-0 our score. 4:58 left to go in the half. Back with more from Sioux Center in 1 minute. Today's broadcast brought to you by the Grain House in Hull. They have amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and more. With a big city feel located only 10 minutes away in Sioux Center, they have a second location opening next year in Sanborn. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
Stephen Leinen on to kick off. The Dordt defenders leading 21-0, 4:58 left to play in the first half. And the kick taken at the 25-yard line, run out to, I'm going to guess about the 30. Well, we were hoping for the snow to let up as the day went along, and hope is the right word, and it has not panned out that way. The snow a little bit heavier now, and the snow removal crew with their hands full today. The Briarcliff Chargers with the football. First down and 10. And the Briarcliff Chargers with a football. Handoff up the middle, nothing there. Nothing there for Briarcliff's Matthew Mason. It's going to bring up second down and 10. Under 5 minutes to go in the half. Dordt leading 21-0. So the defenders getting a score, and thus far the defenders, Nick Wellen, 161 yards rushing so far, 17.9 yards per carry. Brendan Piper, 8 carries for 71 yards. Dordt already with 226 yards of rushing offense, 273 all total. Second down and 9 for the Chargers. Chargers back to pass. Pass is complete, short of the first down marker. There to make the tackle immediately is Dan Jungling. So Dobson completes the pass to Whiting. And that'll bring up third down and 5. So a gain of 5 on the play for the Briarcliff Chargers. 1 first down so far today. A total of 16 yards. Now 21 yards after that pass completion. Dobson in the pistol, sends a man in motion. That's Kellen Murphy. Murphy now on the near side, lines up at the running back. Blitz by the defenders, and it's picked off. Heading the other way, Jessup Leakey. Touchdown defenders. Jessup Leakey with the interception and the return. And the Dordt defenders lead at 27-0. Jessup Leakey with the INT. And the defensive tackle races the other way. The ankle looked pretty good on that sprint to the end zone, and the Dordt defenders lead at 27-0. 3:26 left to go in the first half. Dordt leading 27-0, pending the point after try here by Stephen Leinen. So the defenders in control. 27-0 our score, 3:26 remaining. First half of action. It's been all defenders here in the second quarter. Coons, snap is down, kick is up, kick is through the uprights, and the Dordt defenders with a 28-0 lead after the interception, the pick six by the defensive tackle, and the Dordt defenders lead at 28-0. Let's take a 1 minute break, be back with more from Open Space Park in 1 minute.
thanks to these Dordt Media Network sponsors: Ski Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether building or replacing, we have the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski Bout and see the difference. Ski Bout Window and Door.
Thanks to M&H True Value. Behind every project is a true value. Start right, start here. M&H True Value.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Beaver Eye Care, serving Sioux Center and the surrounding communities for over 30 years. Come see Dr. Paul Beaver, Dr. Dan Klausing, or Dr. Reese Beaver for all your comprehensive eye care needs. This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
Well, a day like today, you can either embrace it or you can say this really stinks. And the Dordt defenders embracing it thus far. And you get a little lead, and now you got things rolling your way. Kick to the sideline, rolls through the snow and up the sideline and pushed out of bounds. And the Dordt defenders will send the defense back out onto the field. The pick six by Jessup Leakey, his first career interception. And I'm going to guess his first touchdown in a long time. The big fella. And he is not on the field right now. He taking a little breather. The defenders, Caleb Wayenberg will line up now at tackle. Also on the field, you've got Sam Andrews lining up at a tackle and Drew Dom to the near side. Briarcliff with the football, first down and 10. Chargers haven't been able to get much going on offense thus far. They'll shift to the near side, fake the handoff, rolling out is Dobson. Dobson rolling, still rolling, and he's going to be forced out of bounds on the sideline by Ian McDonald. Positive yardage for Gavin Dobson. That's a gain of, looks like 6 on the play. It's going to be second down and 4 with 3:05 remaining here in the first half. Dordt leading 28-0. Second down and 5, so a 5-yard pickup on the play for Dobson. And the Dordt defense trying to get off of the field. Second down and 5. They've done a pretty good job of limiting the damage so far this afternoon. Back to pass Dobson. Dobson hangs in the pocket. Pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for Kamani Flourme. And Flourme knocked to the ground on the incomplete pass. It'll be third down. Third down. Was it just last week that it was warm? Today, the snow coming down. Yeah, it was one of the best days of the fall last week in Orange City from a weather standpoint. Sun, people coming away with sunburn that afternoon. Well, today, bundled up and absorbing the snow. Third down and 5. Gavin Dobson sends a man in motion. That's Flourme. Dobson back to pass. Dobson steps up in the pocket. Pass falls incomplete. That's in and out of the hands of Stephen Whiting. Stephen Whiting knocked to the ground by Tyler Wieringa. Would have been close to the first down marker. Instead, it's going to be fourth down and 5. Fourth and 5. And Mendoza will be punting for the Chargers. Christian Mendoza, 39.1 yards per punt average. And it's going to be Abe Stace back to receive for the defenders. He's about at the 35-yard line. Spiraling kick, that's a nice one by Mendoza, and that's going to angle to the sideline. It's going to be great field position. Well, it's going to be a great punt by the Chargers. It'll be down to inside the 5. It's going to be first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 4-yard line, as the defenders will have some work to do with 2:24 remaining in the half. Dordt leading 28-0. 28-0 our score. First down and 10 for the defenders. And not inside the 5, but rather just, it looks like the 6-yard line to me. 6 or 7, that's what our scoreboard operator is saying. First down and 10 at their own 70-yard line for the defenders. Caden McDaniel. Dordt playing with a 28-0 lead. McDaniel's going to drop back to pass in the end zone. Slings it to the near side. Cade Rohr, and Rohr forced out of bounds near the first down marker. That's going to be a first down for the defenders and give them a little room to work. And while you are watching this on one end of the field, the other end of the field, they're clearing snow as quickly as they can in between plays. First down and 10. If our camera operators can get a shot of that in between plays at some point, give our viewers an understanding of what's happening away from the football. There you go. That's the snow removal equipment that's taken care of things this afternoon. The defenders run the reverse. This time Harkin catches it. He's got a seam. He's up the middle, 10, 20. He's in past midfield. Caden Harkin gone to the races. Harkin gets a block up the sideline. Touchdown defenders. An 80-yard touchdown run for Caden Harkin. And the Dordt defenders lead at 34-0 with 1:40 remaining in the first half. It's a similar play to what the defenders ran earlier and turned the ball over on. This time Harkin got it, and he didn't even go all the way to the outside. He cut it up the middle and then angled to the outside, and it was Aiden Platone racing down the field. Give Aiden Platone a pat on the back when he gets to the sideline. Aiden Platone running downfield, catching up with a play, throwing a block, and the defenders lead it now 34-0 with a point after on the way. 1:40 remaining in the half. Stephen Leinen is fifth. Point after try. Snap is down. Kick is up, and kick is through the uprights, and the Dordt defenders lead it 35-0. 35-0, Dordt leads. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Football on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks to Prairie Life Chiropractic, combining skill and expertise that spans the entire chiropractic, acupuncture, and physical health spectrum. They want you to move better and live better.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
We understand how complex the financial landscape can be to navigate. Our goal is to free up your hands so that you can focus on what is most important in life.
.140 left to play in the first half. Dordt leading 35-0. Leinen a high end-over-end kick. It'll be taken at the 20, out to the 25, to the 30, and to the 35-yard line. The caveat with that is, I think, the 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 for the Chargers. The return by the Chargers. Kakmarinsky on the tackle for the Dordt defenders. It'll be first down and 10 at the 35-yard line. 1:35 remaining. So Dordt with the 5-touchdown lead. Floodgates opening here in the second quarter. Dordt has not punted yet today. Turned it over on downs once, fumbled once. Other than that, the defense has been on at the top of its game. Dordt also getting a defensive touchdown. Fake the inside handoff. This is Dobson. Dobson dumps it off underneath to Whiting. Whiting, the ball carrier, and Whiting on the reception, and he is stopped by Matthew Bumgars. A 5-yard pickup on the play. Ian McDonald also there. It's second down and 5. So second down and 5 yards to go. Gavin Dobson. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Dobson back to pass. Dobson throws to the far sideline, and the pass is complete for a first down into Dordt territory. So Kerrigan on the reception into Dordt territory, under a minute left to go in the half. Dordt leading 35-0. Football at the 46-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Chargers. See if they take a couple of shots down the field here. Gavin Dobson. Dobson back to pass. Two receivers set to the right. Steps up in the pocket. Throws over the middle. Passes incomplete. Incomplete to Flurme. And the pass falls incomplete. It'll be second down. So Dordt leading 35-0. Dordt so far 306 yards of rushing offense, 367 total. Briar Cliff 11 rushing yards and 23 receiving yards. The defenders Nick Wellen 161 yards. Dordt leading 35-0. Football at the 46-yard line of the defenders. Second down and 10. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Stephen Whiting comes set on the far side. Dobson flush from the pocket. Leakey chasing him down, and Leakey forces him out of bounds. It'll be third down. So third down, and the clock stops as Dobson goes out of bounds near the 45. So third down and 9. Dordt scored in a variety of ways. Big plays. They had a grinded out drive as well early. They got a defensive touchdown on an interception and return by Jessup Leakey, a defensive tackle. All that translates into a 35-0 lead at as we near halftime. Third down and 9 for the Chargers. Back to passes Dobson. Dobson steps up. Pass over the middle is incomplete, intended for Stephen Whiting. And that'll bring up fourth down and 9. And I heard someone yell, holding. It's going to take something pretty egregious today for a penalty flag to come out, I get the sense. Fourth down and 9. Chargers have it at the Dordt 45. Decision time for them, and obviously don't want to give the football back to the defenders. They have shown big play capabilities here, but at the same time, you're trailing 35-0. Roll the dice and go for it, and they will. Dobson facing fourth down and 9. They've had receivers open, just haven't completed the passes. Back to passes Dobson. Dobson going to try to run for it. Dobson, shovel pass, and he might have been in front of the line of scrimmage. Pass falls incomplete. It'll be Briar Cliff turns it over on downs on the shovel pass. That falls incomplete. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 45-yard line. 32 seconds remaining. So Cade McDaniel brings the troops out onto the field. First down and 10 at their own 45-yard line. Wellen is behind McDaniel. Running back to his right will be Piper. Connor Knopf to the near side, lining up. So Looker in the slot. Nope, that's Rohr in the slot. McDaniel trying to race to the edge. Gets there and picks up 7 or 8 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 4. Second down and 3, beg your pardon. 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Dordt leading 35-0. So second down and 3. Handoff to Wellen. Wellen, the ball carrier, picks up a first down. And that'll stop the clock momentarily with 5 seconds left to go in the half. First down and 10 for the defenders at the Briar Cliff 37-yard line, and the defenders will use a timeout. Timeout on the field. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more after this 1-minute timeout. In all likelihood, the last play of the half. Back to pass McDaniel. Airs it out towards the end zone. It's batted into the air. It's caught by the defenders inside the 5. But Isaac Looker is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Pass was complete inside the 5, but they rule that he never got into the end zone. And that brings the first half to a close with the Dordt defenders leading 35-0. 35-0 our score. We're at halftime, and with Kyle Achterhoff not on site today, we won't have that normal halftime interview as the comments with Coach Joel Penner. So we'll go right to the half with the Dordt defenders leading at 35-0. 35-0. We'll take a 1-minute break. Be back with more at halftime right after this 1-minute timeout.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
Joyner & Zvort Dentistry, providing the latest in dental technology in a warm, comfortable, and relaxing environment. And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Welcome back to Open Space Park, where the Dordt defenders lead the Briar Chargers at halftime by 35-0 score. Those of you watching on the Dordt Media Network, you see the snow-covered field. And we will have, you're able to watch the Dordt cheer and dance teams performing at halftime. Let's go through just a few of the numbers here at halftime. We'll get to all of them later on in the half, but we'll give you some of the high points. And the Dordt defenders with 306 yards of rushing offense so far, 61 passing yards, all totaled 367 yards. For Briar Cliff, 26 passing yards and 23 receiving yards. And that comes out to 15 first downs for the defenders, 2 first downs for the Chargers. Scoring summary, the defenders, a Cade McDaniel completed pass to Caden Harkin for 27 yards, made it 7-0 with 11:50 left to go in the first quarter. We went scoreless then for the next 16 minutes or so of playing time before Brendan Piper went 31 yards for a touchdown to make it 14-0 after the line and kick. 5 minutes later, Nick Wellen rushes for 48 yards, making it 21-0. And on the next possession by the Chargers, Jessup Leakey, an interception. He returns it 40 yards for a touchdown. And the defenders led 28-0. And Caden Harkin runs 80 yards for the final score of the first half, making it 35-0 with 1:40 remaining in the first half. Dordt leads 35-0. The defenders led on offense. Cade McDaniel, 5 of 11 passing, 116 yards. Top receiver, Isaac Looker, 2 catches for 64 yards. Caden Harkin, 2 catches for 38 yards. Rushing, Nick Wellen, 10 carries, 148 yards already. Brendan Piper, 8 carries for 71 yards. Preston McCoy, 2 carries for 8. And Caden Harkin, that carry, 1 carry for 80 yards. For the Briarcliff Chargers, Gavin Dobson is 6 of 15 passing for 42 yards. Matthew Mason, 8 rushes for 8 yards. He came in averaging over 3 yards per carry. Corey Kerrigan with 2 catches for 30 yards. Defensively for Dordt, Ian McDonald, 1 solo and 3 assisted stops. Dan Jungling, a couple of assisted tackles. Tyler Waringa, a sack and a half. Caleb Wayenberg and Derek Pop, each with a half sack. And Jessup-Leakey, 2 tackles and an interception returned for a touchdown. You're listening to Dordt Football on KIHK and watching on the Dordt Media Network. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with a look at the highlights, and then we'll get to our halftime interview right after this 2-minute timeout.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wilbur.
Hi, my name is Philip Shippey.
Hey, my name is Eli Levtinsky from Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
I am from Primgar, Iowa.
I'm from Sioux Center, Iowa.
Shout out to my family back home and my girlfriend for just supporting me throughout my college experience. It really means a lot.
My favorite part about working for this is making these promos and stuff that you see during commercial breaks.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
And you're watching the Dordt Media Network.
Thanks for watching the Dordt Media Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. They're your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, ag, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Looking for top-notch rental equipment? Look no further than Rental in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. Rental, your regional equipment rental experts. Visit them online, rental.com, or call 712-722-3928.
Today's Dordt Media Network livestream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
We are at halftime. Let's check in with our highlights here at halftime of today's football game. The Dordt defenders leading 35-0. And you're going to see one of the scores by the defenders. This is Brendan Piper. Piper took that carry up the right sideline and scored one of 5 touchdowns for the defenders so far today. Nick Wellen, he was the other half of the 1-2 punch for the defenders on the ground. Wellen scored a touchdown as well. He's got 161 yards already. Piper is 71. The Chargers did manage a sack of Caden McDaniel, but the defenders, there's Jessup-Leakey. He had his first career interception, raced the other way for the score. And the Dordt defenders lead it 35-0, and that last touchdown of the half coming on a Caden Harkin 80-yard touchdown run, and the Dordt defenders lead it 35-0. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to sit down and visit with Dordt offensive lineman Parker Beck, and he is the subject of our halftime football player feature. And we will go now to that interview with Parker Beck and catch up with the senior from Spirit Lake. As we continue our profiles of Dordt University football players, we will sit down with offensive lineman Parker Beck. Parker is a senior from Spirit Lake, Iowa.
Yep.
Born and raised Spirit Lake?
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, let's start with the obvious question. How does a former Spirit Lake Indian end up at Dordt University?
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting path, I guess. Coach Mingo was the one who originally recruited me. He used to be an offensive coordinator and offensive line coach here. Multiple visits to my school, and then kind of sat down with me and just kind of laid it out. And Dordt hasn't been a place where Spirit Lake kids have gone in the past, I guess. So he kind of like put it in front of me that you have an opportunity to be a trailblazer, and just laid out in front of me that I have an opportunity to make an impact here. And that's kind of how they found me, and I kind of fell in love with the program after that. So.
What are you studying while you're here?
Civil engineering.
Okay, so is that something you wanted to do right away as well?
Yeah, so that helped to narrow it down, because when you basically, I visited a bunch of different colleges within a couple-hour radius of Spirit Lake, and once you start looking for football and engineering, that kind of narrows it down quite a bit, and then want to find a place that does both of those things really well, and that kind of points you to this direction. So
sure. Have you ever, I mean, you're still civil engineering.
Yep.
Did you ever have second thoughts along the way, or has it been full speed ahead, doing well?
Been steady, yeah. I mean, the first few years, you kind of go through a couple weed out classes where it's like, well, I don't know if I really want to do this, and those weed out classes aren't necessarily giving you information that you're going to need down the road, but they're helping build like your problem solving skills and some things like that are going to be super helpful in professional career after this. So.
It's funny that you say that, because Mitchell Dryden was in earlier, goalkeeper for the soccer team, and I said he interned somewhere this past summer, and I said, how much did your classwork translate into the work that you were actually doing for the city? And he said it helped tremendously in that I knew how to spot problems, I knew how to solve problems, but he said as far as A plus B equaling C all of the time, that's not the case. It's not the formulas as much as it is the training to get to where you need to go. Yeah. Why civil engineering? What's any background there?
Yeah, so growing up, we have a family road construction business, and that's kind of where I want to plan to go after I graduate here. But basically, like having a sandbox as a kid and playing in the dirt all the time, and then an interest in math and science courses throughout grade school and high school, that kind of drew me to civil engineering. But coming to Dordt, I could either have the option of a construction management degree or a civil engineering degree, and I just figured that civil engineering would kind of give me a two-way go in case maybe if I didn't want to do road construction, I could go a different way and work for an engineering firm. So I just figured that would set me up the best. So
when did you start playing football, Parker?
Flag football, probably first grade around then, and then first tackle football was third and fourth grade. So my dad and my uncle both coached me growing up. My uncle has an engineering firm in Spirit Lake too, so he's kind of contributed to that engineering interest too. But my first big memory, I guess, was fifth grade, us winning the MYFL championship. So that kind of sticks with me, and you just keep thinking back to that and how fun football can be. So
have you always been in the trenches? Always offensive and defensive line?
Yeah, in small guy football, I was a tight end.
Did you have the stripe on your helmet? There was a stripe somewhere to identify you, right?
I did get a few carries. So, like growing up, I'd have to watch my weight a little bit and make sure I was right on the line for being able to be like a goal line back per se. So that was always fun to get a few touchdown carries here and there. But yeah, once I got to middle school, junior high, it was all offense and defensive line. So
what does it take to be an offensive lineman?
That's a good question. I think it takes a lot of grit. I think that it's a position where sometimes you're not going to get all the spotlight, but I think understanding that the contribution you can have to the rest of the team, the rest of the play, when we're protecting for a quarterback, blocking for a running back, we're opening lanes for them to run, we're giving them time to throw. It's just, I think that your recognition might not come in, I have 10 catches for X amount of yards, but it comes in knowing that you're a key contributor to the team. So
I've always said that if I'm on a committee, I want guys who have an offensive lineman mentality, meaning they show up, they identify what needs to be done, and then they go do it.
Yeah.
Is that the trait, just identifying what has to be done and then getting it done somehow?
Yeah, I think, and even expanding on that, it's getting it done no matter what circumstances are in front of you, and knowing that sometimes it might not be easy, but carrying through with that and dominating in your job, I think, is probably the biggest piece of being an offensive lineman, and can even glorify God. And things that we talked about earlier this year, we have our Defender Huddle speakers on Friday, and one of them talked about how we can glorify God by dominating the guy across from you, because God would want you to give your full effort, and if you do anything short of that, it would be a disservice to that. So I think that can play into it as well.
4 years ago, you were a high school senior. Probably thought you had it all figured out. What do you wish you knew then that you now know? What have you learned in the last 4 years?
I think I would tell myself that time here is going to fly by. I think that just looking back on the past 4 years, I think that can kind of be a cliche thing to say, I guess. But just embracing every moment, whether it's every game, every practice, even every homework assignment. I think that like what we have here, being surrounded, especially on our football team, by a group of guys that love Jesus and are willing to put in whatever work it is to reach our goals, whether that's on the football field or in the classroom. Being around that group of people probably isn't going to be something that you're going to be able to replicate later in life. So just taking advantage of that and soaking that in. So
I'm going to ask you a little bit off the cuff question. We go into the weight room right now.
Yep.
Put the weight on the bar one time. What can you bench press?
Last spring, I hit 405 for 1 rep. So
coming out of high school, what were you at? Do you remember?
Probably 315. So yeah, there's
been a lot of work that's gone into that.
Yeah.
What kind of time do you spend in the weight room? I mean, for over the course of a week, off season, 1 week. What are you going to do in terms of, let's call it training, not just weight room training?
Yeah. So like our winter off season, we're going to spend 3 designated times in the weight room together, and that'll be doing things like cleans. We have the Sparta Science technology, which maybe you've heard of a little bit. So it'll be like cleans and then a lower body lift that reflects kind of like what you need to improve your score on. And then we'll have a big squat day and a big bench day. So that'll be three times in the week. And then usually Saturday I'll go in with roommates or whatever, and we need to find something to do. So I'll go in and bench or do an arm workout or something of that nature. So, yeah.
What happens after graduation? You alluded to the fact you'd like to be involved in the family business somehow, or that path at least. 4 or 5 years from now, what do you hope to be doing?
Yeah, I think moving back to Spirit Lake, I'd see myself there. I've spent 6 summers now working for Beck Excavating, and I love it. So just being able to be outside and having a job where you're going to see new challenges every single day. You're not just clocking in, doing the same thing, clocking out, or stuck in a cubicle or something of that nature. That just excites me, and being able to see a project go from absolute nothing to completion is something that I take pride in. So I'd see myself working there.
That's Parker Beck with our
Hello, Dordt University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a player or coach, or a fan of the university. Now, these players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. But there's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has: a game plan. And if these players and coaches are willing to put this much effort into a game, how much more important is a game plan for your financial life? Now, the financial world continually becomes more complicated, and we keep ourselves plenty busy. And even if we have precious free time, most of us don't want to spend it wrangling over financial decisions, reading financial journals, or studying the latest tax legislation. But if you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours upon hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules of the game in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, Money Concepts, the planning firm here in Sioux Center, has been helping households to build their financial game plan upon all the things in life more important than finances. Because there's things in life more important than money. And none of them are things. I'm Tom DeYoung, financial planner and president of Money Concepts, the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule an intro meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your finances on all the things in life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into the relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
The Dordt Defenders leading Briar 35-0. Scores around the conference. It is Morningside leading Northwestern 20-13. Mount Marty a 2013 leader over Doane. Midland 17-10 over Concordia. Soccer action, the Dordt Defender men going to win 8-1 over Waldorf, or they're going to win. We don't have the final yet. 8-1 is the score currently. And in that one, Marco Lanan, 2 goals and 2 assists. The Defender men's soccer team will make the postseason tournament. They'll be playing on, let's see, that'll be on Friday, the quarterfinals of the Great Plains Athletic Conference. The snow removal continues here at Open Space Park. And things not getting any easier in terms of the yard markers. Talking to the stat crew, and that has been a challenge today to do the best they can with what they've got, but it has been a challenge to make out those yard markers and get accurate statistics. But rest assured, we are got our best people on that as well. So we've given you the scores from around the league today. We've recapped the numbers. We've gone through the highlights. We've shown you the cheer and dance teams at halftime. And we're just about set for more football. The Defenders will be kicking off. Remember, Briar Cliff won the coin toss, elected to defer to the second half, and they are now receiving. Wind has not been a factor. What wind there is, a little bit blowing out of the north-northwest. Stephen Leinen kicking off, and the Dordt Defenders, a line drive kick by Leinen. That'll go over the return man's head and spins into the end zone, as he thought it was going to make it into the end zone with no problem, but it ended up going in by less than a yard. And now the Dordt Defenders will send the defense onto the field, and the defense has been equal to the task today, as they have really limited Briar Cliff on offense. If you're just joining us, Briar Cliff just a total of 3 yards rushing, 23 yards passing, all totaled 26 yards. And the Dordt defense also getting a score earlier today. Well, the crowd in the second half significantly smaller than the first half. The Briarcliff Chargers with it, first down and 10. Dobson hands it off, and Matthew Mason. No gain on the play. It's going to be second down and 10. Second down and 10. So the Dordt Defenders, with this one in hand, you would think, leading 35-0, and unless Briarcliff's able to make some significant inroads here in the second half, trailing 35-0. Football at their own 25-yard line. Second down and 10. Dobson back to pass. Dobson looks over the middle. Pass is complete Ian McDonald on the tackle immediately on the completion to Stephen Whiting. That's going to set up 3rd down and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Chargers at their own 28-yard line. Sam Andrews coming off of the field for Dordt. Coming in, Derek Pop. So 3rd down and 4. Gavin Dobson turns, says something to his running back Mason. Dobson back to pass. Dobson slings it far side, and a 1st down for the Chargers completed to Kerrigan. So Kerrigan a 1st down catch and run to about the 37-yard line. 1st down and 10. And Kerrigan now will limp off to the sideline. The Dordt defense giving up their 3rd 1st down of the day. Soccer has now gone final. Dordt defeats Waldorf 8-1 in men's soccer play. First down and 10 for the Chargers. Dobson hands it to Mason. Mason, second effort, picks up 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7. 12:50 and counting, 3rd quarter. Dordt leading 35-0. You're listening to Dordt football on KIHK, Rock Valley, Sioux Center. Gain of 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Well, next week the Defenders will be facing the Morningside Mustangs in Sioux City. That'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff in Sioux City. Morningside currently leading Northwestern 2013. They have not started the second half yet in Orange City. Keeping an eye on that contest. Women's soccer will be getting going in the ASB Sports Complex here in about 20 minutes or so. Pass underneath is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Would have been a 1st down, and Gavin Dobson has not been helped by his receivers today. Avery Stowers that time unable to reel it in. It'll be 2nd down. 2nd down and long, and for Dobson, he's now 4 of 11 passing. So 3rd down and 7 for the Chargers at their own 39-yard line. Third down and 7. Emptying out the backfield is Dobson. Dobson back to pass. Dobson under pressure, throws it underneath, and the pass is complete. Lucas Huttinga trying to stop him from getting the 1st down, but struggling forward and then getting a late push. I believe that was a Coro. So Huttinga makes the tackle, but the Chargers sustain extending the drive. And Huttinga tried to do everything he could to prevent Avery Stowers, prevent the receiver from picking up the 1st down, but he did. Now in Dordt territory, this is Mason. Mason, the ball carrier, and Mason stacked up. No gain, short gain on the play. They're going to give him 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. 2nd down and 7. And the football in Dordt territory. So 2nd and 7. Gavin Dobson surveys the field. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Has time, under pressure, gets away from the pressure. Now takes a shot up the field, and it is batted into the air and incomplete. Lucas Huttinga very nearly comes away with it on the coverage of Avery Stowers. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7. So Huttinga has that one in and out of his hands, and I believe that was Chip Casey who almost caught it off the deflection or would have had a chance at it. Or was that number 14 instead? Yeah, it was Jungling. Dan Jungling had come over. He was there, and Chip Casey was there too. He's the cornerback on the near side. 3rd down and long for the Chargers. A clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 7. Back to pass is Dobson. Dobson under pressure, and Dobson's going to go down. Gavin Dobson, and for the second time today, Derek Pop on the quarterback sack. It'll be 4th down and long, and the Chargers will be forced to punt. Dordt leading 35-0. Briar Cliff, their first drive, comes up empty of the second half. And with 10-16 and counting left to go in the third quarter, Dordt will get the football back. Dordt leading 35-0. Thomas McCullough stationed at about his own 20-yard line. Briar Cliff has the football. Line of scrimmage is the 48. Here's the punt, and kicked away by Mendoza. McCullough calls for the fair catch. A little bit of contact as he makes the catch. And it'll be 1st down and 10 for the defenders at about the 23-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the defenders, leading 35-0. Defenders trying to win their 6th game of the year. Head into next week with Morningside 6-2. See where Morningside is at. They'll either be the conference leader or they'll be in 2nd place by the time next week rolls around. The defenders leading 35-0 right now. Cade McDaniel in the pistol. Sends a man in motion. That is McCoy. Pitches it right side, gets it over to Piper. Piper, the ball carrier. Piper picks up the 1st down and then some. He's still on his feet and finally dragged down near the midfield stripe. And Brendan Piper, and we've got a player hurt. This is going to be Cade McDaniel. There's a flag on the play as well. This is going to be a 15-yard penalty. And McDaniel shaken up, and he's not getting up. So a penalty was called against the Briar Cliff defense and M.J. Montgomery. 15-yard penalty on Montgomery. And McDaniel hurt on the play. And now the defenders, it'll be decision time. And I believe they're going to send Ty Clemens in to play quarterback. McDaniel sitting up now, and he'll be helped to his feet, and he will walk off the field under his own power. So that is the positive. Dordt also gets another 15 yards on the play, and Ty Clemens will come on. So Clemens backup quarterback today, Ty Clemens. So Clemens from Missouri. 1st down and 10 for the defenders. And he hands off up the middle, McCoy. And McCoy picks up 5 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 5. So McCoy straight up the middle. That's Preston McCoy. McCoy missed some time earlier this season with injury as well. Came back, played last week. Easy. From Galva, Iowa, the sophomore. So 2nd down and 5 for the defenders. To the near side, Caden Harkin. Dordt leading 35-0 with 9 minutes left to play in the third period. And Wellen is to the right of Clemens. Piper is behind him. 6 seconds on the play clock. Handed off. This is McCoy. McCoy picks up 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and short. 3rd and short for the defenders with 8:35 left to go in the game, in the third quarter. Personnel changes. McCoy checks out of the ball game. And Cade McDaniel is back in at quarterback. That's good to see. 3rd down and 2. So 3rd down and 2 for the defenders in Briar Cliff territory at the 30-yard line. Man in motion is Cade Rohr. Fake the handoff. Back to pass is McDaniel. McDaniel to the sideline. Pass is incomplete. Intended on the play for Aiden Platone. And that will set up 4th down and 2. So Dordt takes a shot down the field. on third down, knowing they'll go for it. They don't get it on fourth down and 2. Defenders have been able to pick up positive yardage on the ground pretty consistently this afternoon. Fourth down and 2 on the way. Caden McDaniel got the start today in place of Colson Cruz, who's injured. Handoff. And with the football is Wellen, and Nick Wellen picks up the first down, tripped up, otherwise he's gone. Picks up 5 yards on the play. It'll be first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Cade Rohr checks out of the ballgame. Ethan Snyder checks in for the defenders, leading 35-0. Football at the 24-yard line. So first down and 10. And they turn and hand it off. This is Wellen. Wellen, the ball carrier, and Wellen picks up 4 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 6. The defenders, nothing flashy on this drive, keeping it on the ground. Northwestern has just tied it with Morningside 20-20 over in Orange City with 11:15 left to go in the third quarter. So second down and 5, a pickup of 5 on the play for Wellen. Dordt will stack the eye and the pistol behind Cade McDaniel now. McDaniel fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, and he's going to pick up first down yardage. Weaving his way forward. Briarcliff had played the option to the outside. McDaniel cut it back to the middle of the field. Picks up a first down. And with 6:20 left to play in the third period, Dordt leading 35-0. Dordt knocking on the door. First and 10 at the 14-yard line. And Cade McDaniel. They get Harkin on the field. 10 seconds remaining. Now Dordt with an offensive substitution. 5 seconds left. Now 3 on the play clock. Dordt sends a man in motion. That's McCoy. They hand it off to Piper. Piper, the ball carrier, inside the 10. So a gain of about 4 on the play. It's going to be second down and 6. Well, the snow letting up here in Sioux Center. Predicted 1 to 3 inches of snow today, and it looks like we've gotten all of that. Second down and 6. Cade McDaniel looks to the sideline. 14 seconds on the play clock. McDaniel sends McCoy in motion. Handoff, and this is Piper again. Piper up the middle, and there you see the offensive line getting Piper enough room to work and chewing up 3 and 4 yards at a time. Parker Beck on that right side of the line. Also over there is Liam Sorensen. Tight end Zach Riley lined up on the right side as well. Third down and 2. Football at the 6 of the Briarcliff Chargers. Dordt trying to drive for their 6th touchdown of the day. McDaniel turns, hands, gives to Piper. Piper waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown defenders, and the defenders, Parker Beck on the right side of the line, taking care of Brendan Piper's waltz into the end zone, and Brendan Piper with his second score of the day. And the Dordt defenders lead it now 41-0, pending the point after try. So on a snowy afternoon, Stephen Leinen trying to make it 6 for 6 on point after tries. Leinen will kick it out of the hold of Blade Coons with 4:40 left to play in the third period. Snap is down, kick is up, and the kick is through the uprights, and the Dordt defenders lead it 42-0. 42-0 our score. Dordt in front. Back for the kickoff right after this 1-minute timeout.
Today's Dordt Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dordt University. Thanks for watching.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suin, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Dordt defenders lead at 42-0. Taking a look at the numbers so far, Brendan Piper and Nick Wellen both with 12 carries so far. Wellen 171 yards, gained 158 net. Piper 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then you throw Caden Harkin into the mix with 80 yards on that one run play. Dordt 366 yards of rushing offense thus far. Stephen Leinen will be kicking off, and the Briarcliff Chargers will be receiving. And a high end-over-end kick. That'll be taken at the 20-yard line, out to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, and ridden down at about the 40-yard line on the return by the Briarcliff Chargers. And Jaden Avery Stowers, and Briarcliff will have it first down and 10. And they will have it at their own 31-yard line. 4:32 left to play. Third quarter, Dordt in front. So first down and 10 for the Chargers. It's been a long afternoon for the Chargers. Dordt leading 42-0. And fake the inside handoff. Dobson's going to run with it. No pass over the middle, and the pass is complete to Stowers. So Dobson with the completion for 11 yards. First down and 10 for the Chargers at their own 41-yard line. 4:07 left to play in the third quarter. And Briarcliff with the football. Dobson hands it off to Mason. Mason, the ball carrier. Mason picks up 3 yards, bounces to the outside, still on his feet. Second effort, and he picks up 5 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 5. Second down and 5, and that was actually Jeremy Kank, not Mason that time. Mason has been held largely in check today. Just 14 yards of rushing offense for the leading ground gainer for the Briarcliff Chargers. Second down and 5. Hand off to Kink. Kink, the ball carrier, short of the first down by about a yard. It's going to be third down and 1. So third down and 1. McDonald on the tackle for the defenders. Linebacker coming up and making the stop. Third down and 1 for the Chargers. So the Chargers, Gavin Dobson fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it himself. Running to the right side, dives for it. He stopped short of the first down. A lot of bodies over on the far sideline. Unable to scramble for it. Tyler Wieringa helping to prevent him from picking up the first down. It's going to be fourth down and 1 for the Chargers with the football right at midfield. Fourth down and 1 for Briarcliff with 2:29 left to play, third period. Dordt leading 42-0. Chargers trying to keep the football away from the Dordt offense. Dobson fakes the inside handoff. He's going to pass, shovel pass ahead, and it falls incomplete. Intended for Stephen Whiting. And the Dordt the defense forces a turnover on downs, and the defense will race off of the field. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders near the midfield stripe, leading 42-0. The defenders so far today, 482 yards of total offense, averaging nearly 10 yards per play on offense. Earlier today, Dordt Soccer victorious over Waldorf, 8-1 the final there. And Ty Clemens is on now, quarterbacking for the defenders. First down and 10. 18 seconds on the play clock. Piper goes from the left shoulder now to the right shoulder of of Ty Clemens. Clemens is going to run option, keeps it himself. He's off to the races. Gets a downfield block by Eli Bolden, and he is into Briarcliff territory to the 24-yard line. So a 26-yard run by the defenders and Ty Clemens. So Clemens picks up a first down and 10 for the defenders at the Briarcliff 25. Clemens hands it off. Piper up the middle. Piper picks up 3 yards on the play. It'll be second down. Second down, short gain on the play for Piper. Palmier Williams, talked about him earlier today, the reigning Great Plains Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Week. As we approach a minute left to play here in the third period. And Clemens hands it off. This is Wellen. Wellen, the ball carrier, and Wellen in between the tackles. Maybe picks up a yard on the play. It will be third down. Third down with less than a minute to go in the third period. Dordt leading 42-0. We'll check in with the scoreboard around the conference in between the quarters. So third down and 7, Dordt in all likelihood 4-down territory here. Doubtful that they'd send Stephen Leinen out in the snow to try a field goal. We'll see if we come to that decision, though. Clemens with it. Pass is complete to Looker. Looker at the 10-yard line, and that's a Dordt first down. That might be the last play of the quarter. 17 seconds left, now 15. Dordt will get their offense onto the field. Looks like Briarcliff will match up with them, though, as Clemens delivers a strike over Looker. First down and 10. First down and goal to go, and that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Our score, Dordt 42, Briarcliff 0. Let's take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with more from Sioux Center right after this 1-minute timeout.
This Dordt Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast is brought to you by Joyner & Zwart Dentistry in Orange City, offering dentures, implants, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. And brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and the results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online at 712realty.com. Leading you home. This live stream broadcast brought to you by Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center, your source for quality automotive parts for your car or truck. Let them use their knowledge to help you find the right vehicle battery, brakes, filters, headlights, wipers, and other parts needed to get your job done. Napa Auto Parts in Sioux Center.
Dordt defenders leading Briarcliff 42-0. Ty Clemens in at quarterback. Dordt facing first down and goal to go at the 10. Hand off to McCoy. McCoy is going to be thrown for a loss. That's one of the rare plays today where the defender football team has been stopped for no gain or thrown for a loss. It's going to be second down and goal to go. We're in the fourth quarter. Dordt leading 42-0. Most of the suspense taken out of this one with a 28-point fourth quarter outburst by the defenders when everything went right for them, and things went went terribly wrong for Briar Cliff. Ended up throwing a pick six, gave up some big plays. Clemens pitches over to Piper. Piper racing to the corner. Piper near the goal line, and he is stopped short of the goal line by looks like a couple of yards. It's going to be third down and goal to go. Clemens, they faked the dive, and then Clemens pitched it to Piper, and Piper has done a pretty nice job. Some of those pitches have been difficult to handle, and he has been able to bring them in, and the defenders now facing third down and goal to go. I had him inside the 5. Looks like they marked him at the 5, so tough to tell where they're actually downed. 8 seconds remaining on the play clock, and Dordt might need a timeout. We have a timeout on the field. Dordt had some confusion in terms of personnel the way it looked. So timeout on the field. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
This broadcast also brought to you by Vision Realty. We are polished, experienced, and professional, offering excellence every step of the way. We are the vision you can trust.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery.
And brought to you by Ployne Publishing, quality printing from design to delivery. Ployne Publishing.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your projects a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs. Third down and goal to go from the 5, and the defenders turn it over on an interception. Ty Clemens intercepted on the play. And the Briar Cliff Chargers will take over first down and 10, and the second turnover by the Dordt offense today by turning the ball over. They did have a turnover on downs earlier this afternoon. Dordt leading 42-0. Elsewhere in the conference, other games are relatively close. Dakota Wesleyan leads Jamestown 27-14. Midland leads Concordia 17-10. Doane leads Mount Marty 21-20. And Morningside and Northwestern are tied 20-20. So it'll be Briar Cliff football, first down and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Dobson, the quarterback, back to pass. Dobson under pressure. And Dobson ducks away from the pressure, and it's picked off by the defenders. Dordt with the interception, racing the other way and into the end zone. Was his knee on the ground is my question. I don't have a signal. Yes, we do. There's your touchdown signal. And that was Colson Queering with the interception and the pick six. And the Dordt defenders with a 48-0 lead. Now, the officials, I still think they have to talk about that. Was Queering's knee down when he caught the ball? I don't think it was. They're conversing, and we'll get the indication from the official. And they're going to let it stand. Colson Queering on the interception, the pick six. That's the second pick six of the day for the Dordt defenders. And Stephen Leinen is now on to attempt the point after try. So the Dordt defense has been more than equal to the challenge this afternoon. 48-0. The Dordt defense, though, generating a couple of scores themselves. Also pitching the shutout so far. Stephen Leinen on for his 7th point after try. Leinen's, picking it up was Coons. Coons got the snap down, got the hold. Leinen had to stutter step it. And Leinen splits the uprights with a line drive kick, and the Dordt defenders lead at 49-0 with 13:15 left to go in regulation. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Dordt Football on KIHK and the Dordt Media Network.
This Dordt Media Network broadcast is brought to you by Sioux Concrete Construction, Rob Suen, owner, excelling in flat work, poured walls, decorative concrete projects, dedicated to providing customers with a good experience and quality workmanship. SiouxConcrete.com.
And brought to you by Huber's Plumbing and Heating. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Orange City will exceed your expectations.
$49-0. The Dordt defenders with this one well in hand. Their second defensive touchdown of the day. And the Dordt defenders have it rolling here this afternoon. Stephen Leinen on to kick off. He's 7 of 7 on point after tries so far. Briarcliff takes it at their own 30 and forced out of bounds almost immediately was Stephen Whiting. So 13-12 remaining in regulation. Dordt leading 49-0. And Steve Whiting pushed out of bounds, and now you're going to see a few more defensive changes for the defenders, especially in the secondary. Traven Hown is in the ball game for the defenders at safety. You got Thomas McCullough, who returns a lot of punts. He plays on defense fairly regularly. Thomas Walder is on the far sideline. He is the far side cornerback. And you've got Matt Bumgars in at cornerback. He's on the near side. Running back, and we've got a flag on the play as well. This one might be a hold. This is in the vicinity of a hold, and normally. So Queering on the tackle. And the Briarcliff Chargers, we're still waiting for the officials' indication. Still waiting. That player being assisted off the field, that is Devin Priestley, shaken up. It's going to be a face mask on the defenders, so not the holding penalty that we anticipated, but instead of this will be a 15-yard face masking penalty against the defenders. One of the rare penalties we have seen today. So first down and 10 for the Chargers into Dordt territory at the 49-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Chargers. 12:59 and counting left to play in regulation. Dordt leading 49-0. And quite honestly, right now, keeping an eye on that score over in Orange City. That likely will decide, well, it'll be a big step towards deciding the conference championship. Morningside still with some work to do if they get the win. Handoff up the middle, and we've got a offensive lineman down again for Briarcliff, Perry King. That's a 10-yard pickup on the play, and Briarcliff generating some offense here. King shaken up on the play. Training staff from Briarcliff will come on to check on him. Taking a look around the league. scoreboard, it is Doane leading Mount Marty 21-20. Dakota Wesleyan still up on Jamestown 27-14. Also, Midland and Concordia, that's a close game. Midland leads Concordia 17-10. Women's soccer, Waldorf draws first blood, 1-0. Waldorf with the lead on the, I beg your pardon, 0-0 our score. And well, now they've got 1-0 up on the live stats. I'm assuming that is correct. Handoff, inside handoff, and a pickup of 7 yards on the play for the running back for Briar Cliff. Matt Bumgar's on the tackle. For Briar Cliff, that carry by Chase Thomas. Thomas from Windsor, Colorado. Sets up 2nd down and 4. The Dordt defense trying to preserve the shutout. Briar Cliff has it at the 33-yard line. This is Dobson. Dobson trying to get to the edge. Queering's going to stretch the play out and escort him out of bounds. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down. So 3rd down and 3. With 11:39 left to play in the game. Dordt defenders leading 49-0. Briar Cliff in all likelihood 4-down territory here. So 3rd down and 3. Gavin Dobson. Back to pass Dobson. Dobson under pressure. Dobson flush from the pocket. Dobson's going to run for the 1st down. He steps out of bounds at about the 30. And it'll be a 1st down for the Chargers. So Briar Cliff with it at the 27-yard line. First down and 10. And the inside handoff to Thomas. Thomas stopped for a short gain on the play. Pickup of maybe 3. We'll give him 4. 2nd down and 6 on the way. So the Briar Cliff soccer team, women's soccer team, getting the first score of the day today over in the Dome. So 2nd down and 6 now. The defenders have controlled this one almost from the start. Over 500 yards of offense for Dordt. 115 for the Chargers. Rolling right is Dobson. Dobson dumps it off underneath, and the pass falls incomplete. John Bell. And it'll be 2nd down. Beg your pardon, 3rd down now. Applying the pressure that time, Eric Gustafson. So 3rd down and 7. Clock stops on the incomplete pass. Coming up later today, we'll have Dordt volleyball from the DeWitt Gym on KIHK as the Defender women concluding the home portion of their schedule. 3rd down and 7. Back to pass is Dobson. Dobson throws over the middle, and it's nearly picked off. Broken up on the play. And breaking that play up for the defenders, Thomas McCullough. That will set up 4th down and 6. 4th down and 6. And the Chargers will take a little time to regroup. 20 seconds on the play clock. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass at 9:48 left to go in the game. So 4th down and 6. Dobson empties the backfield. Dobson back to pass. Dordt brings pressure. Dordt on the blitz. Still under pressure and Pop is going to sack the quarterback. No, that was Gustafson with the quarterback sack. And the Chargers turn it over on downs. It'll be first down and 10 for the defenders. As the defense gets off of the field, Gustafson with the quarterback sack. And first down and 10 for the defenders at their own 33-yard line. So first down and 10 for the defenders. Ty Clemens in at quarterback for the defenders. Some personnel changes. So Clemens in at quarterback. Riley the tight end. Clemens going to run option. Fakes the pitch to Dickerson, keeps it himself. Football comes out, and Dickerson, I thought, had it. Now the ball's still loose. Briarcliff says they have it. And waiting for the officials to sort it out. It'll be Briarcliff football as they come away with the fumble recovery. And the Briarcliff Chargers forcing a turnover. It'll be first down and 10 for the Chargers now at the defender. Looks like about the 42. Maybe the 44. Well, the snow has been pretty consistent throughout today. Handoff. And the handoff to Jeremy Kank. And Conk unable to, well, he picks up 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 6. So second down and 6 on the way. 9 minutes remaining in regulation. Dordt leading 49-0. So 49-0 our score. Dordt defense trying to preserve the shutout. Gavin Dobson hands it off to Conk. Conk, the ball carrier. He picks up maybe 3 on the play. It's going to be third down and 3. Third down and 3 on the way. Football officially at now the 38-yard line. Third down and with 8 minutes remaining. So third down and 3. Football at the scoreboard has 39. I think it's the 36. Not going to nitpick today, though. Dobson back to pass under pressure, dumps it off, and the pass falls incomplete, intended for Conk. It'll be fourth down. So the clock stops on the incomplete pass. Fourth down with 7:54 remaining in the game. Well, the Defender women's soccer team has just tied the score. Jocelyn Terpstra off an assist from Karina Tell. Fourth down and 3. With 7:54 remaining. Rolling left is Dobson. Dobson's going to try to run for it, and Dobson dives for it, and he stops short of the first down marker. And Dordt will get it on downs. So the defenders will get it on downs. First down and 10 for the defenders, as the defense will get the ball back into the hands of the offense. First down and 10 for Dordt at their own 39-yard line. New player in for the defenders at wide receiver. That's Tyrell Hulsoff. Clemens hands it off. I think that's his Dickerson into the game. At least he was in the last series. It'll be second down. So second down and long on the short gain for Daniel Dickerson. So second down and 9. And Clemens turns and hands, gives to Dickerson. Dickerson picks up 3 on the play. It'll be third down and 6. So third and 6. Third and 6, Dordt taking their time. 6:40 remaining in regulation. Clemens. Got Cody Boonder into the ballgame now. Clemens is going to roll left. Rolling, throws against his body, incomplete, intended. Well, that was intended for Rhett Williams. And the defenders now facing 4th down and 6, and they'll punt for the first time today. So we'll see Blade Coons punting for the first time this afternoon. And the Dordt defenders, about the only suspense remaining is, can they keep Briarcliff off of the scoreboard? And the punt returned and up the sideline and very nearly breaking it. The return man, Avery Stowers. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. It'll be first down and 10 for the Chargers with 6:16 remaining. And he was out of bounds all the way back at about his own 40-yard line. Yeah, I can't really do it justice right now for how difficult it is to actually see the yard lines from where we are located. With the snow removal happening, what has happened is it's turned it almost entirely white. And you don't even have any differentiation where the yard line is. Once in a while you can see something on the sideline maybe, so it's really a challenge right now to make out yard lines. Here's Conk on the carry, picks up maybe 8 on the play. He's finally gang tackled, short of the first down marker. And it'll be second down. Well, they gave him first down, so he picks up 10 on the play. It'll be first down and 10. And marked short of the midfield stripe, I believe. It's going to be about at the 48 or 49. 5:40 remaining in the game. Lots of new faces in for the defenders. And we've got movement and a flag. So penalty against the Chargers. It'll be a 5-yard penalty, false start. Over in Orange City right now. Northwestern has taken the lead, 27-20, with 9 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Well, Northwestern can all but clinch the conference title with a win. Morningside still with a win, would only have one loss, so they'd have a chance at a tie potentially, but yeah, we're running out of time in terms of the conference race. Just 2 weeks remaining after this week. Pass is incomplete. It's second down and 15. 5:13 remaining in the game. So Northwestern leading 27-20. Under the bubble here in Sioux Center, women's soccer. It's 1-1 currently. Dobson hands it off to Conk. Conk sidesteps the tackler, and he's going to be brought down, though, behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing him down, that's Queering. So Queering already with a pick 6 to his credit. That's a tackle for a loss. And it'll be 3rd down and long. Under 5 minutes to go in regulation. So 3rd down and 16. Briarcliff in their own territory again, back at their own 46-yard line. Back to pass, Dobson. Dobson dumps it off underneath, and breaks a tackle. Man, Matthew Bumgar's there to finish him off. Got 10 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th down. 4th down with 4:15 remaining. 4th down and 5, we'll call it. So a gain of 11 on the play. 4th down and 5 for the Chargers in Dordt territory at the 45-yard line, under 4 minutes remaining. Well, a few hardy souls have stuck it out to the end here this afternoon. 4th down and 5. Stephen Whiting in motion, right to left, back to pass is Dobson. Dobson's pass batted away, incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Dordt defenders will take over 1st down and 10 with 3:40 remaining in regulation. Would not be surprised here. Well, Dordt gets a 1st down. In all likelihood, it's over. Can run out the clock if you wish at that point. So 3:40 left to play. It's almost surreal. You watch the game today, you've got the action happening right where we're at, but then you've got the snow removal equipment working frantically outside of the field of vision for those of you watching online. Hand off to Dickerson. Dickerson, the ball carrier, picks up 8 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2. 3.5 minutes left to go in regulation. Dordt leading 49-0. 2nd and 5. So 2nd down and 5 yards to go. Dordt taking their time with 3:10 remaining. Clemens turns, hands, gives to Dickerson. Dickerson spins away from contact, maybe picks up 2 yards on the play. Then he's thrown backwards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 with 2:50 left to go in the game. And if Dordt can pick up a 1st down here, in all likelihood, they can run out the clock. The defenders with over 500 yards of offense today. Established things on the ground very well. So 3rd down and 3. Clemens, the quarterback. Riley, your tight end. Clemens is going to run option. Pitches over to Boonder. Boonder trying to get to the edge and close to a 1st down. They're going to mark him right at the 1st down marker. And it looks like it's going to be 4th down for the defenders. 4th down and less than a yard. 2 minutes remaining in the contest. And Clemens gets the play from the sideline. Boonder, your running back. Tuck in behind one of those defensive linemen and pick up a yard and call it a day. 1:45 remaining. Clemens. Riley comes set over on the near side. Handoff. Boonder. Boonder, the ball carrier. Boonder picks up the 1st down, and that'll do it. Dordt can run out the clock from here on out, and almost on cue, the snow almost stopping. 1st down and 10 for the defenders. 1:27 remaining, and the defenders will go victory formation. Dordt's going to improve to 6-2 this season, while the Briarcliff Chargers will fall to 3-6, 3-5 of the conference. We'll have the Wireless World post-game show coming up in a couple of minutes. We've got to finish things out here, though. 8 seconds on the play clock. under a minute to go in regulation. Clemens takes a knee. It'll be second down. Second down and 10. Dordt will have to run one more play. And the defenders up to the line of scrimmage. And they'll reset the clock, and that'll be it. The defenders will win it this afternoon by a final of 49-0. 49-0 our final score. Back with the Wireless World post-game show and some highlights right after this 2-minute timeout. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Rental. Get ready to power up your projects with equipment rentals from Rental. From heavy-duty machinery to the latest power tools, they've got the gear to make your project a success. Visit them online at rental.com or call 712-722-3928. Today's broadcast is brought to you by NewTek. At NewTek, they don't just sell equipment, they deliver performance, reliability, and innovation. Their team of experts is there to guide you every step of the way, ensuring you find the perfect equipment for your needs.
You are watching the Dordt Media Network, a broadcast production produced by the students of Dordt University.
Defenders get it back. Langmeyer cross court. Got it again.
Welcome back to Open Space Park, where the Dordt defenders are 49-0 winners over the Briar Chargers this afternoon in Great Plains Athletic Conference football action. The Dordt defenders got on the board first with a 7-0 lead after one quarter. They led 28-0 at the end of the half. They were up 42-0 at the end of the third period, and they win it by a final of 49-0. Gained nearly 600 yards of offense while limiting Briar and getting the shutout. The defenders limited Briar to just 137 yards of total offense. This is the Wireless World post-game show, and Wireless World is your local Verizon authorized retailer with 7 locations in Northwest Iowa. You can visit them at wirelessworld.com. Before we get to the numbers, if we've got them, why don't we run the highlights and take a look at those now. The Dordt defenders in the second half got the second touchdown of the day for their running back, Brendan Piper. That was his second touchdown of the day. Dordt also got a pick six. They broke up. The defense was equal to the task. They got off the field several times, forcing Briarcliff to turn it over on downs. Colson Queering also had a pick six, Dort's second pick six of the day. And I believe the second time he has a pick six this season. And the Dordt defenders, as I said, the defense equal to the challenge. Derek Popp had a couple of sacks today, and one of them coming in the second half. Eric Gustafson also had a sack today, and that forced a turnover on downs. And the Dordt defenders win it by a final of 49-0. Here's how the scoring went. Dordt scored first 7-0. Caden McDaniel, a completion to Caden Harkin for 27 yards. 11:50 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0. Making it 14-0 was Brendan Piper on a 31-yard touchdown run. Stephen Linen, the point after. Nick Wellen then went 48 yards as the big plays took over. Dordt led 21-0. An interception by Jessup Leakey made it 28-0. Stephen Linen hit another field goal. And Caden Harkin made it 35-0 with an 80-yard sprint after the Stephen Linen point after try. Dordt tacked on two touchdowns in the second half, one on a Brendan Piper 6-yard touchdown run, another on a Colson Queering pick six. That's your final, 49-0. The final numbers on the Wireless World postgame show. Dordt runs for 428 yards on 49 carries, 129 yards of passing on 6 of 15. 557 total yards of offense for the defenders. Dordt also had 2 interceptions. Dordt did lose the football twice with fumbles. Time of possession, Dordt 31:08. Dordt was 5 of 13 on third down conversion tries. For Briar Cliff, they were limited to 9 first downs today. 50 yards on 31 rushes, passed for 87 yards, all totaled 137 yards on 60 plays. They had 2 interceptions, and they were penalized twice for 20 yards. Dordt was penalized twice for 23 yards. Individually, Nick Wellen, 158 yards on the ground, 13 carries. Brendan Piper, 14 carries, 120 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Ty Clemens, 2 carries for 37 yards. Caden Harkin, 1 carry for an 80-yard touchdown run. Isaac Looker, 3 catches for 77 yards. Caden Harkin, 2 catches for 38 yards. Cade Rohr had a catch for 14 yards. Cade McDaniel, 5 of 12 passing with a touchdown, 116 yards. Ty Clemens, 1 of 3 passing. He threw an interception. For Briar Cliff, Gavin Dobson, 11 of 29 passing for 87 yards. Receiving, Corey Kerrigan, 3 catches for 37 yards for the Chargers. Dordt was led today on defense. You had Derek Pop with a sack and a half. Eric Gustafson with a sack. Tyler Waringa also with a half of sack. Ian McDonald, 6 tackles. Isaac Kakmarinsky, Caleb Weyenberg, Matt Bumgars all with 4 tackles each. 2 pick sixes today, one by Colson Queering for 30 yards. The other a 40-yard pick six by Jessup Leakey to go along with 2 solo tackles. And that is the Wireless World post-game show. Dordt wins it by a final of 49-0. Dordt will take a 6-2 mark into their road finale on Saturday of next week when they face the Morningside Mustangs, and it certainly appears that the Morningside Mustangs will be 7-1 when that game occurs. Northwestern has taken a 33-20 lead with under 2 minutes to go in that contest. Certainly looks like Northwestern will have the inside track to the Great Plains Athletic Conference Championship. Best that they could hope for is, best Morningside could probably hope for at this point is a tie. Realistically, Northwestern traveling to Dakota Wesleyan next week. Dakota Wesleyan currently 4-3. They are leading Jamestown 27-21 with 3 minutes remaining. Midland leads Concordia 24-17 with 10 minutes to go. And Doane leads Mount Marty 21-20 with 2 minutes remaining in regulation. So the Defenders 6-2. Last week we talked about the fact 3 winnable games coming up for the Defenders. Well, they took care of one today in the snow. Next week it'll be off to Morningside and then return home 2 weeks from today to wrap up the regular season. See what the Defenders can do next week on the road at Morningside. We'll be back on the air in a little over an hour, about an hour and a half from now. We'll transition. We'll be at the DeWitt Gym for volleyball as the Dordt Defenders will face Dakota Wesleyan in Great Plains Athletic Conference volleyball this afternoon. Junior varsity is underway. Varsity starting scheduled for a 5 o'clock start time. Earlier today, Waldorf men played Dordt in soccer. Dordt men win it 8-1. And in women's soccer, Waldorf got the first goal of the day. Dordt defenders with a 4-1 lead now with 31 minutes gone in the first half. The Dordt defenders owning a 4-1 lead. Karina Tell and Jocelyn Terpstra with a goal each. Abby Foster and Ashley Marjama also with a goal each for the defender women's soccer team. And the women off to a 4-1 lead. I think that's going to do it for everything at the moment. We'll recap more during our volleyball contest. From a snowy open space park, our final once again, Dordt 49, Briarcliff 0. Have a good afternoon. We'll talk to you in 90 minutes.